Yo, check, check, check. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hey, hold on, real quick. I gotta say bye to my wife. Sorry. Yeah, I'm coming. Hold on. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Hey, hold on, real quick. I gotta say bye to my wife. Sorry. Hey, I'm coming. I'm coming. Hold on. Y'all can hear me. Hey, hold on, real quick. I gotta say bye to my wife. Sorry. Hey, I'm coming. I'm coming. All right, sorry about that. Wife went to work. Wanted to say bye to her and everything. Um, Sorry about the delay. Had to wipe some stuff down this table. My son got all kind of projects on here, so I'm glad to be in the building. What's going on, everybody? This is Chris Classic dropping in another episode of the Take It Home podcast. This is a very special episode. Every episode is very special. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I have a special guest today. I'm gonna resend, but let him know when I'm ready so he can join the chat. So we can talk about some things. We'll talk about the show. We'll also talk about a couple of wrestling topics. And the thing is, we can talk for hours about this, but I don't want to keep him for a long time, especially now in the evening. We both work, so we got a lot of stuff that's going on. So before I go into the interview, I want to say what I got going on next month, basically. October 7th, I'm in Wisconsin, Sheboygan, that is, for Pink Hills 2023. I'm in the Cancer Cup Battle Royal. It'll definitely be dope to win that. You know, a lot of us are affected by cancer, either through having it or suffering or looking at a loved one go through it and feel like you're powerless and, you know, it's bad. So I'm in that. It's going to be a good show. Once again, that's October 7th at One Fall Entertainment, St. Elizabeth, and Siton Catholic School, Sheboygan. Doors open at 6, bell time at 7. Don't miss that. A week from that, we have The Amazing World, one of the best shows around. All of these shows are the best, for sure. But we have The Amazing World. We got one of the guests who's a part of a big championship match that we've been trying to do this for years. On the Square Sports Academy, Crown Point, Indiana. Doors open at 1, showtime at 1:30. Tickets are $5 off on Eventbrite. Make sure you guys get tickets now. Or you get tickets at the show. That's definitely fine with me. A week from that, October 21st, we have Under the Dome for Now That's Wrestling at the Russell Dome in Neenah, Wisconsin. They've been having announcements for each match every day since this week started. So I'm curious to see what's going to go on with me. It's going to be a dope show. Then in December, I'm sorry, that's my baby in the back. December 16th, we have Out of Control 2. Kurt Angle is our special guest. C3 Ultimate Wrestling is also a sponsor for this show. I love Now That's Wrestling. Those are some great people. This is going to be a great show. Like I said, I am truly blessed, especially with wrestling and at the end. The Amazing World is sponsored by Limelight Comics. Shout out to David and everything that he continues to do. And also, Young Expressions presents a penny for your thoughts cookies. Y'all know I love them cookies. Them cookies was great, man. They had strawberry, they had lime, they had butter cookies last time. And it was definitely dope. So, all right. Without further ado, I already got comments. All right. Yo. Can you hear me?
We here. We live, baby.
Hey, what's going on, bro?
What up, though?
What up, man? It's good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Same, likewise. My bad about yesterday, man. It's just, oh, I'm already cursing.
Man, hold on, man. We ain't got no drink yet. We ain't got nothing
We
yet.
ain't
You
have
already
nothing
cursing.
yet. Let me calm down, man. I'll be turned up, man. I'll be
Yeah,
turned
nah, that's cool. Now, for the people who either aren't on social media or who are under a rock, like Patrick Starr, let them know who you are.
Um, I'm a humble cat, so I'm not gonna assume everybody know who I am. You feel me? I'm Jon'tae Kieth, one half of the Spirit of Detroit. Some may know me through my posts on the internet and follow me through my shows that we've done over the years, and some of you may not be familiar with me. So if you're not familiar with me, how y'all doing? Let's talk some ish.
Yes,
Let's talk some ish today.
yes,
I'm ready.
indeed. Yes,
I'm ready.
yes, indeed. Outside of normal guests, which is C Red and Atlas, you are the most interviewed. This is the third one. Outside of just common guest of Atlas and C Red. And usually every time we start this, it's over 2 hours.
Yeah. Hey, we could talk for a long time, bro. I know how our convos can go for sure.
For sure. But I want to say this though. These be the longest interviews, but these be like the highest watched. So it's a lot of people that listen and want to listen, or they lend us their ear, especially to how you feel and how we feel about certain things. But I'm always going to give you your props and your flowers because a lot of people do look at the interviews, and these be the most watched. It's be the ones with you. So
I appreciate that. That's love too, though, because you know uh, we don't really. I never ask like, yo, let's give me an interview, because I don't look at you as like, yo, like he interviews me, like I'm like that type of dude. I feel like we always have like real conversations, like you my actual homeboy.
for
But
real,
like
for sure.
you know what I'm saying, I actually like chopping it up with you. You know what I mean? So every time I get a chance to come up here and we can talk our shit, hey, let's do it. You know.
Hey, I'm
If,
blessed.
if we can
To me,
drop some jewels in there and where people can feel where we coming from too, then that's even better.
I'm blessed because I be like, I hear what some people say or try to say, like what you post about, like they be against what you say, and not even just fans, but just like wrestlers. But it's just like when you actually listen, you actually talk. And I'm not sitting here saying I'm instigating anything, because like I said, we can talk for hours. You understand where you coming from. You get what I'm saying? And it's just some people just let a lot of stuff slide, and you are not one of those people.
I can't, man. And bro, like, cause we've already, my story, just about like everybody else does for real. And it's just like I know when I first got into the business for real, like I was shunned so much for real, and I don't know why. For real, I didn't do anything to anybody, but I don't want nobody else to feel like how I felt. So I try to, be like a positive light in the business, and drop as much jewels as I can. So like, who knows? Nobody. I don't want nobody to really go through what I went through for real. You know what I mean? Like, if anything, I want folks to like be accepted for who they are and not shunned for, and judged for certain things. The way like the way I talk, the way I dress, stuff like that. Like, that shit was whack.
Yeah, but sometimes people just hate just because you showed up.
Yeah.
And then you
But
keep showing up.
then they try to like act like that you're not as passionate about something because you go about things differently. So they put that label on you. Like that's what they did with me. Like just because I don't like I guess talk about wrestling the way everybody else does, I'm not passionate about it. I don't show my heart. And I'm like, say that to all the injuries I didn't had, the long rows, the shitty paydays, like stuff like that. They don't take those things in consideration and whatnot. But like, no, like my passion for this business is top tier, bro. Like that's why I go off on it the way I do, because I'm so passionate about it.
For sure. And I feel that. And I think that a lot of people try to have a measuring stick on measuring people's passion because somebody may not be savvy on like what's going on WWE or AEW and stuff like that. You just worrying about yourself. How can I make myself better? What can I do to work on myself? What can I do to make myself a business, a brand, and things like that? And sometimes people try to show, oh, well, you need to stop. You need to no, I don't. I need to invest in myself. You know, me even having C3, right? That'd be my main focus most of the time for certain things. It's like, how can I do something different and things like that? I don't need to watch every show. And I watch a lot of stuff. I do. But I don't need to watch every show. You know what I'm saying? Because there are things that I need to do because I have a passion and I have a vision. And shame on you if somebody says something bad about that because you're trying to say, I don't know this or I don't know that. I'm like, nah, there's other things outside of wrestling, outside this bubble that people try to put everything in.
Yeah, and we gotta stop assuming everybody watches wrestling too. You know, not everybody watches this shit. So and it's hard to as a performer. Like, okay, I say for the show that we're not gonna act like we're not here to plug the show that's coming up. You feel me? So yeah, we got a show coming up October 14th. You feel me? And like the goal, obviously, like the real goal is to get people connected. You know what I mean? That if we could get people connected to feel where we're coming from, then we did our job as pro wrestlers. You know what I mean? That's our main goal. I feel like that should be everybody's main goal. You know, like I'm not gonna sit here and lie and be like, yeah, I'm out here. I want to get that 5-star type shit because I personally don't. I don't give a fuck about the 5-star shit, and I never did, never will. It doesn't even make sense. I do want to have a good match. You feel me? I want to go out there and make sure what we do connects with somebody or the next. You know what I'm saying? Just connect with whoever. So it's like they don't forget what they're watching. We don't want to be forgettable. You know what I mean? And we want to. I don't want to go out there and just be like what you see nowadays. We want to go out there and really get people invested because honestly, the more people that's invested in what we got going on, bro, that's honestly just gonna help what you got going on. You know, like it's just gonna the more over, and I even, you know, it is what it is. You know, wrestling is the curtains all been open. We all know how this shit
works. I hate it, man.
You know, I even hate to even be talking like this, but it is what it is. You know, but yo, like whoever gets over, you know what I'm saying? Like whoever is that person that can just sit here and connect with the audience, that's just gonna help you out and what you got going on. So you won't have to be like, damn, like it's a whole lot of guys here, but who is somebody? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
That's what we aim for. We're performing so we can like get people to understand where we're coming from, we can feel this, and they can be like, yo, I need to come back and see those guys. We just want to see those guys. It doesn't even have to be us, bro. Like it don't have to be Spirit of Detroit. It doesn't have to be whoever. It's just somebody who connect with somebody. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's where it's at.
And you touched on something that I did want to bring up. Like you brought up connect. And I feel like there's a disconnect because people want to make those lists, those PWIs. They want to have 5-star matches. They want to be in magazines. And there's nothing technically wrong with that. But then when it's like that's all you focus on and you disconnect from the fans, you disconnect from reality down there. It's just like you have to connect with these fans. You want these people. The goal is to bring people back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you sip in your own Kool-Aid and nobody else want a cup, then that's a problem.
Yeah, because you like a jackass. You making everybody like a jackass for real. Like you the only one in here. And you know, that's the indies anyway. But I will say this, I always shit on the indies, but I will say this. I like the fact that I know you probably could tell too, that everybody is kind of like, well, it's still like a big split, but you also see like majority of wrestlers trying to be like, break the little mindset. It's like, okay, I'm trying to get out of that and I'm trying to actually make sense of this, but you still got the jackasses over there that still want to, you know, but I can't appreciate that people are still like trying at least. It's not many of us for real, but we trying. And I feel like our interview, like we had the first time, it kind of helped, you know, open the eyes a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, like I don't know, man. I really don't.
I think it is. I don't want to say a quick change, but I am noticing changes.
Yeah, right.
I think I don't want to say as much as I want to say it's just us that started this. There have been a lot of guys. There are a lot of the older guys, the old heads that stopped watching wrestling or just quit wrestling because people's mindset is bad. Now some of them are coming outside again. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're coming outside because it's worth to come outside, because some guys like us and gals, they like, you know what? This is trash. I can do something different. I can do something. I can stand out. This works. This doesn't work. And then they criticize themselves. Then they also ask, hey, you trust somebody. What can I do better? And things like that. It's a little different now. I do think that slightly. Yeah. I do think that they have people that's like, hey, I need to do something different from the next guy instead of doing what everybody else is doing. So I will say that.
But you can also see that's kind of too late. You know what I'm saying? You know how like you've done so much damage already. Like, yo, like it's kind of like you can't even come back for some of the shit that we pull out nowadays. You know, like we set the bar a little too high. And you know, like it's the mainstream guys that you got to look at, because they're the ones that you see all the time. You know what I'm saying? So if you constantly keep seeing the mainstream guys go out there and do the dumbest stuff, nothing makes sense. When you got guys like the indie guys that want to go out there and you know, just and trying to get over, and they doing anything, you got to keep in mind that you're trying to get over in front of fans that barely even like this shit.
Yeah.
So the fans is looking at like, man, I don't even, like half of them don't even know why they there for real. Like they there to see they there to actually see the wrestlers mess up more than anything.
And
you know what I mean? It's kind of like they're there to make fun of what we're doing, and other than just actually enjoying being there. So that makes it hard. It's hard to get over when you actually just being yourself and you see what the state of wrestling is right now, bro. Like
people go for entertainment for the wrong reasons. It's not for the show. Like it's one thing to laugh with somebody, but then to laugh at somebody is a totally different thing. You get what I'm saying?
I feel like a lot of us are the butt of the joke. Like the business is the butt of the joke. You be like, what? You still like wrestling for real? And I'm in the real world, bro. I just got off work like not too long ago. So I talk to people, bro. Like I'm in the real world. You know what I'm saying? I know how they feel about this. You know what I mean? A lot of folks be like, I ain't watched wrestling since such and such. There's nobody to watch. You know what I mean? And then like, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like as a wrestler, even I should feel a little bit offended by that. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, like nobody knows this shit, so that makes it harder for the real ones. You know what I mean? Like I want people to know about wrestling because I want folks to know about. That means it's thriving. If people are talking about it, then that means you know something's going on. Like for real.
Yeah, you're right about it. Like
the big disconnect is people are acting like that wrestling is a hard market, and it's not.
It's a bubble. It's a bubble.
It's a.
Speak your mind,
bro. Brett, the business is really like. I mean, the old heads be right, you know, but at the same time, folks think because the WWE is in town and they make these massive numbers or whatever, they do great. That the wrestling business is booming. It's not booming. They're booming. Or, you know, AEW is booming and stuff like that. Like they're doing their thing because they already have $1 billion, gajillion, quadruple dollars to afford all this stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the wrestlers, unfortunately, that's out here selling out places anymore. It's the company. It's those places.
The brand.
They have money to do that.
The like brand and the funds.
Like over 1 million years, bro. And then now, not only that, they're like public, so everybody knows what WWE going to sell just off their name alone. AEW going to sell off their name alone. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a billionaire backing it. When you got the bread for this, it's so much easier to finesse a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the indies, the guys in the Indies, I feel like need to understand, like they need to be like, all right, if I'm peeping all this, and that means I really need to, I really need to get over because that's our only hope. The
Yeah.
only hope is to get over for real, so that one of those companies or somebody, even in the Indies, can like invest in you and be like, damn, okay. Because why the WWE is so popular is because of Stone Cold Steve Austin. Straight up, like he can
Hogan
do
too.
better.
I mean, Mugs hate Hogan,
He's
and
Hogan too, but look, check this out though. Austin's the reason why they went public. So he can really like when he saved these motherfuckers from like literally sinking in the ship. So that it's more leeway with Austin because Austin was the reason on why shit is different. So Austin can sit here and talk to certain people like I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's the reason why WWE looks the way it does. So off the strength of Austin, you get more popular guys like The Rock, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I'm saying? Even when business was down in like '92, WWE still sold out in England with SummerSlam. So it's like it's not a boom, bro. It's just a happening. It's just when you know what shit is going on, like you know what I mean. That's what it is, bro. You know what I mean? And
yeah, yeah. It
hopefully, one of us, like the boys, the workers, can really like dig in deep in what they like, and we can all get over on the independent level because it's possible, bro. I really believe that it's possible. Like if you really put your mind to it, you can do it for sure.
yeah. I feel, and I feel that especially like when you talk about AEW and WWE being on a national level and things like that, and it's like their business is booming, and on
Yeah.
the independent scene, there's money in here. There is a lot of money. It's just finding the right direction to it. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes people got to realize in order to get money, you got to spend it. And I do think that's a disconnect from itself. You can't just be like, I'm going to just throw a show with no promotion, no sponsorships, and think people are going to show up because wrestling is booming on the national level. You know, you have people, and this happened to me at running C3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some people did a comment under one of the shows saying like they would rather go to a WWE show. So they're loyal to WWE. You get what I'm saying? They
Mm-hmm.
missing out, but at the same time, that's what they were loyal to. That's what they wanted to go and things like that. But yeah, you can't just be like there's money here and then just throw something and hope it stick against the wall. So that'd be the big thing too.
Yeah, and it's up to us too, bro. Like I even hold myself accountable, bro. I hold myself accountable. Like I'm not got to sit here and act like that I wasn't taught the game. My uncles, they sat me down when I was 16 years old and they was like, listen, all the backyard shit that you doing is ridiculous. Stop doing that because like you fucking business. I'm like, all right, cool. I still my mental health and shit was like it was all fucked up. So I ain't listening to none of what they was talking about anyway. I was already young and was like, fuck that. I want to flip and do dumb shit. But
Yeah.
it's okay to unlearn things. You know what I'm saying? Especially when, you know what I'm saying, things didn't start making sense to me in the indies, bro. Because I'm like, how in the hell is everybody like still trying to do shows and they're trying to put on all these shows or whatever, but like nobody's over enough. And then like the egos that come in, I'm like, bro, ain't nobody, including myself. And this is probably the realest shit I can probably ever say. And it's probably why folks like talking to me because I'm gonna keep it 100. But like even myself, bro, I didn't draw shit. So like that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like as a wrestler, like you gotta be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have
Yeah.
to be
Nah. Yeah.
it's something about you that gotta be like, I wanna see this dude. Yeah, I'm gonna drive like 200 miles to see him. You feel me? Like it's stuff like that that matter. Like I look at it and was like, damn, I was doing this shit wrong the whole time. Like I was out here bugging. I'm thinking like, okay, the only way that I can get over is if I do some crazy shit on the internet and they'll go viral and they'll be like, whoa, all right, dang, Jon'tae doing. I did get all that. Me and Cass, we did get all that. But
I
it
seen
didn't even
the basketball one when he was on the rim.
yeah, me and Cass, like I went viral a few times. Me and Cass went viral together a few times. Like it
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
matter. Like that shit is whack for real. Because bro, like yo, like you gonna go viral, but so social media love, social media, what the shit that you see on social media compared to what you see in real life is two totally different things, bro. Two totally different things. You know what I'm saying? So it's really levels to this. Like, even if you sign, like that don't mean shit. I thought just because, if I go out and I do what I do, they're gonna finally sign me. And all right, that's it. Even okay, you get signed, but what if you get signed to some bullshit contract? You gotta up in, you know what I'm saying? You gotta leave, you gotta move.
You
Cause
got to wrestle for a certain amount of years. If you get injured, you got to re up that time.
what if you gotta up and go to Florida? Because WWE said, all right, yeah, we want to do this with you. And then they changed their mind. And you rearrange your whole life.
Yeah.
I'm liable. Like, are you kidding me? But if you was over, if you was popular enough in reality, not just on social media, but in real time, where they could be like, damn, like this dude is actually a draw. Like 7-Eleven won't cuz this dude, all types of folks won't parse him. Like that's when they gonna come at you because you worth something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like that's just what it is, man. And like we got to go back to being like worth something again. Like I don't know if it's gonna work, but I'm willing to try it. You know what I mean? Like I'm willing to go out there and put on the best performance possible to get people to feel where I'm coming from. And if I gotta if me or Cass or anybody else, if we gotta be the only ones that to go out and actually go off energy again, then so be it.
Yeah. But even with drawing, it's like, especially on the independent scene, it could just be the whole company as a unit, as a team. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I do think that plot gets lost sometimes. Like you said, you don't draw, and that's one of the realest things anybody could even say. You didn't draw. You know what I'm saying? Because people want to say like people came to see me. Now I can't sit here and say I'm the sole reason why people came to see a show outside of my son wanting to see like a couple matches. You get what I'm saying? But what I do is I try to contribute to the company that either I work for or C3, so the crowd can be happy or they can be sad or they can have some kind of emotion to where they'll want to buy merch. They'll subscribe. They want to come back. They'll bring their family. Hey, you missed this show last time. And I think that's where it is. You can be your own entity individually, your own brand, merch, all of that stuff, viral stuff, sales stuff. And at the same time, you can go to a company and also do the same thing. But sometimes I do think these companies do need to give wrestlers more credit on what they bring to the table, because if everybody stayed home, there would be no companies.
Yeah, I feel that. You know what I'm saying? If everybody stayed on, there would be no companies. Absolutely. Because just like on some real shit, you my man's like, and we chopping it up now. So it's just like, just imagine, like, not even Spirit Detroit or whoever it is that's at your company. If they get super popular, bro, like, that's lit. You know what I mean? That's super lit for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing too. People gotta keep their ego in check, because just because fans like this dude over here, that don't mean that they don't like you. They just supporting him. It's something about him that they like, or her, whatever.
Right. People got seasons. People have seasons too. And people need to realize that some people, it might not be your season, and that's totally fine.
That's fine. That's
totally fine. Like, you're gonna mess your season up.
Exactly. Because if this dude over here, if Joe Blow over here is bringing enough money where everybody is eating, then why the hell are you complaining?
Yeah.
You had a good night because of Cuz over here. And it was crazy because, they even said, like, a lot of OGs said, like, back in the day when, like, guys like Austin or a Big Draw, well, yeah, Austin, or Rock or whatever, they'll sit here and they'll be like, yo, thanks for the house type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't for you, shit, checks would be looking a little low today. And that's real man shit. That's just real shit that you go through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about an ego talking about some, man, I don't know why they ain't put me in the main event. I could have did like 5 different cartwheels, and then I could have did a dive, and then I could have hit the swanton, and the crowd would have went like this at the end. But no, that's why you ain't in the main event, because you don't know what you're talking about, bro. Like, it's levels to it,
Sometimes people need to be role players as well. Martell, shout out to him. He says you can't make money if you're not willing to spend it. And he dropped 2 comments I wanted to touch. The company selling out is what most are trying to get to. You'll always need your star player, but the name of the company is what drawing people in.
Exactly. See, he know.
Yeah, and he also says WWE, ROH, AEW, the average fan of those know what they'll get and will go see that standard, not necessarily the workers. So, and that's true because WWE can low key just say, they having a show in Hammond, Indiana, and they don't even have to say who's all on it, and people will go. AEW just did was it All In London, and they just announced the matches the week of the show, but they was already had a lot of ticket sales already because it was AEW.
Because it's a happening. It's a happening. So y'all hip. Y'all know. It's just like when something that you don't never really see all the goddamn time is finally coming. You like, oh shit, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know what the hell it is. You just know like it's wrestling. Okay, cool. I fuck with wrestling back in the day. Let's see what they got. Then you get there and be like, damn, wrestling didn't change. Like,
yeah, right.
Like, wrestling didn't change the big time. But that's what it is. You know, that's just how it is. And like my man said, you need a star player. Like you can have your workers, but you still need your dude. You need the reason for me to come. The reason to come to these shows now is because it's the WWE or it's WrestleMania. Oh, it's the Royal Rumble, gotta go. Or it's All In, gotta go. Or it's this, gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's in town, gotta go.
I don't hear, oh, homeboy here, gotta go. Or homegirl here, gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Maybe within our community, within like
the
community, it'll be like, I gotta go see LA Knight or Bianca or whoever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Or if you in the super bubble with the indies, you want to see your favorite indie darling. But that's just like it's a minuscule. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's not booming the way it is because of, bro. There's a video right now. And that's how you know I'm a wrestling head. So if anybody ever question my passion again, you can literally kiss my ass, bro. like for real. But it's this video. It had to come out in like the 90s, like 97 or something like that, you know. And it was talking about pro wrestling's like hold on America and stuff like that. And it was just talking about the history of pro wrestling, and how it shaped to be for that decade, for that time period. And it's just like, man, things have changed so much. And that was in 97. 97. You had, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't WCW that was the draw. It was the NWO. It was freaking people. It was people that was the draw. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You had WWE or the F, you know what I'm saying, with Austin and Rock and stuff like that. And you just be looking at shit like that and be like, it will never be like that again for real. Unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say unless somebody gets massively over, bro, like myself, or even you, hell, you wrestle sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever else, bro.
Yeah, it's slim. It's slim. It's slim. It's definitely slim because the climate has changed. But that could be a good and a bad thing because we have social media. We have things to where you can go viral and things like that. You know, me, I'd rather go off of what I can provide off of anything crazy or dangerous and things like that. So these things can work. And that'd be my like string of hope when I hold on to for like C3, right? Some people stop watching wrestling after the Attitude Era or the Ruthless Aggression Era and stuff like that. But I'll be like, if I can talk to these people and get them into this, they'll love wrestling all over again. You get what I'm saying? Because I always feel like even when you break up with somebody, there's always going to be something that you liked and loved about them. You get what I'm saying? There was something that you liked or that you cared. You may not want to build a relationship with them, but with wrestling, I always try to bring that old thing back to the fans and things like that. On an independent level, it's different, obviously, from like WWE and AEW. They could just put out a graphic and people will go. With us, especially me, I got to print out stuff. I got to walk foot. I got to tell people about it. And I always live by that moniker, especially with wrestling. The more who know, the more who show. You get what I'm saying? It got to start somewhere, you know?
Yeah, absolutely, bro. But I think that, you know, what you got going on is beautiful, though. Because
I appreciate that.
At the same time, like, you have a goal. Like, you care about your workers, bro. You know what I mean? You care about the people that you book, and you actually care about your audience. Like we can tell, you know what I'm saying? You care
Yeah,
about your audience, and
appreciate that.
it's obviously tell that they care about you too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's rare when people in this industry that people can care about audience because they don't even listen to like the real audience. They listen to like the they listen to the workers, bro. They listen to the people, and then the workers don't even know anything because everybody's just talking and they're not saying anything that's valuable that's gonna bring anything to the business for real.
Everybody got a platform, and
Bro.
and that's the thing. The realists won't have the most subscribers. The fakest will though,
Yeah,
because you can tell people what they want to hear, and they'll run with that with narrative. And I even appreciate the love because I consider you part of C3, and and I do care. Y'all, people say it, they'll vouch for me, and it's just like because even if I'm not a wrestler, it's just like this is a business and this is professional wrestling. I always say there's a difference between wrestling and professional wrestling. I do professional wrestling. I start on time. Everybody got their bread before they even come in. Like, you get what I'm saying? I want to make sure everything is safe. If I mess up, it's on me. It's not on nobody but me at the end of the day. Unless somebody do some crazy stuff on their own accord, that I try to be as transparent as possible. And it's just like, I've been in locker rooms where promoters and bookers, they blaming everybody else but themselves for low gates and messed up stuff. And it's just like, nah, you gotta have accountability.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, like, how do you feel about when the promoters be blaming the boys about low gates? Like, how do you feel about that?
Okay, it's my company, right? So I'm sure everybody has a 9 to 5. What I require, and I'll sell this to everybody. Everybody knows I love when people send promos so I can promote the event. It's my company, so I have to promote it to the max. It's me. It's all on me. It's all on my wife. You know what I'm saying? It's all on us to do this kind of stuff. A lot and Crown Point. It's not a lot of people who I book live in Indiana like that. And if so, it's still up to me to go out there and pass out flyers and to promote through sponsorships and things like that. I do require people to promote the show. I'm not asking you to promote it every day. I'm not even asking you to sell like 10 tickets and things like that. That's all on me. That all has to be me. Now, if we become bigger, which we will, then we'll break down what needs to be done for the company. But for right now, promotion, people coming in, that's all on me outside of what I ask people for, like promos and things like that, and for the wrestlers to show up. I can't sit here and just say, oh, it's y'all fault. I only got 5 people and I didn't do nothing. All I did was say, hey, here's the flyer. So promote, and then be mad at the people who it don't work like that, man. Like we said earlier, in order to make money, you have to spend it. You have to. So now I ain't with it like that, to be honest. I'm not at that level yet. So
that's real shit. I feel that. I understand. I definitely do. And the older I get, I had to like kind of like at first my perspective kind of changed on it, but then I'm like, all right, as a promoter, like I agree with everything you just said because it's 100%. But when you over as a promoter, you don't even really have to do much because you got the dude that's popular already. So he really just lay back and just be like, I got him coming. Y'all gonna come now? And be like, hell yeah, because he here.
Yeah.
It ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? And if it's like, I feel like if it was like that, promoters wouldn't even be tripping for real. They'd be like, man, it's the easiest job in the world being a promoter, dog. Like wrestling's so hot right now. Like I can go grab Cuz, and I know he gonna draw me like 50,000 or whoever, but like it's not like that.
It's not, nah. And like I'm working on stuff and people are investing and people are asking. And that's really dope to me because it's like this is something to where people are going to be excited for each show. And I do have people that do acts, but I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I'm working there and it takes time. And I knew that me and my wife would have to fight up instead of fighting down because we trying to, we basically pushing the snowball up the hill right now. We building, we getting all of the stuff together. So it takes time, but I can't sit here and just be like, it's the wrestler's fault that that only 5 people showed up. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't, I cannot do that. Outside
So,
of factors of weather and other stuff, I just can't.
so like, let me ask you this then, because like as performers got a lot of pride, and
For
they
sure.
always say, and this toxic, this is kind of toxic to me now. And I've been doing it for a while, so it's like, say it was like 5 people at the show, legit 5 people. I'm talking about literally 5 people. I'm talking about at bell time. It's 5 people here.
Yeah.
Would you still have everybody perform, or would you be like,
I,
listen, y'all, I'm not even about to have y'all do this type of shit to y'all? Or would you like, what would you do in a situation like that?
Low key, I would have them perform. Those 5 people spent their money to come see a
Yeah.
wrestling show. You know what I'm saying? Like they spent their hard-earned money. We don't know where that money came from. We don't know if they asked people for money. They spent it. Now I can understand like if it's maybe a crazy match or something like that. I can understand that. But these people spent their money. They expecting a wrestling show, and oh, my heart would be hurt. Just 5 people. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
man, I know, right now. I feel bad. I'll be like, dang, bro.
And
Bro,
I've wrestled in front of like 7 people before. So
I wrestled in a barn in front of like maybe 4 people.
yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Yeah, and this was in like 2013. I'm a freshie. I'm like, yeah, I just want to wrestle. I get to a barn, bro. I'm like, oh, it's over.
it may be certain aspects that may be taken away, but I still would have to get them a show. You know, it's just, I don't want to just be like disrespectful to them because they spent their money, they wanted to see something or whatever like that. And if the gate is on me, if I didn't get a lot of people to come in, I just got to learn and try to do stuff better the next time.
But as a real one though, like you suck that up and be like, that's on me, because not every promoter, they got to take it on the chin sometimes. You're not everybody not about to be successful, have a run a successful show all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like we all know that, but at the same time, I feel you though, because he's like, yo, them 5 people, they here, so
Maybe
somebody
they'll
told
bring
y'all.
more people next time. They might bring
Somebody.
more people. You
I
might
think
get
that would
6 next
probably,
time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that would probably like tell them. They'd be like, "Yo, I went to this show and the wrestlers was like, it wasn't a lot of people there, but I respect them for still trying to, like, y'all should come and check them out because they really dedicated type." You know what I mean? Like, you never know how that can go.
Yeah, we got to. I mean, dang, I was about to speak on some business aspect, but I'm gonna leave it alone. It's something that got to stay in our locker room. But it's definitely something. I was definitely about to say something. I caught myself. I caught myself. But I got a few more comments. Martell, he said you can go viral, but it's fleeting here today. Yep, facts. Gone tomorrow.
Facts, bro.
Sierra said if we break up, feelings are cut off. He said I'm all right.
Dead as hell.
All right, Jay. Well, shout out to you and everything you continue to do, sir. But yeah, man, I don't know. Like to me, accountability is just one of those things. Now, me who wrestles for other companies, they don't ask, but I send a promo. I'll promote. I do a whole bunch of stuff. I'll share almost everything because I want it to work. I want the company that I work for to work. I want them to succeed because I'm blessed to be a part of it. I don't wrestle for a lot of companies. You know what I'm saying? So the ones I do wrestle for, I truly care for. You get what I'm saying? So I want them to succeed with or without me. So it's just like if I can promote, you need me to promote? Yes, I'll do that. You want me to share? I'll do that. You want me to do something else? I'll do that. You want me to donate somehow? I'll do that. That's just me though, because I want people to see where I wrestle at as well and to see these other wrestlers. So
yeah, for real, I feel that. I definitely feel that. And I always like I kind of like got a different perspective when it comes to like wrestling everywhere. I used to be like, yo, go out and wrestle everywhere. And you can. I don't think it's like really a right or wrong. But I also think like you don't want to like, not you, but I'm talking about just in general.
No, I got you.
But like, I don't think you want to like really oversaturate yourself for real, working everywhere. Because I feel like then they'd be like, damn, again? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people can like we see you all the time. And it's just like, if it's not on like, people are clamoring for you, then it's just like, dog, what are you doing? Like, you holding up space at this point, bro. Like,
Gotta be a
you can
superstar.
wrestle. You can wrestle at certain places and let it be special. You know what I'm saying? Like, get that attraction type feel. That, like I said, it's not. I'm not giving nobody advice what they should do. It's just how I look at it. And this is my philosophy, whatever. I just don't think that you should be able to like wrestling all over the place. People can't get tired of that shit. You can't pick and choose where you want to go. You know what I mean? Be like, yo, like I want to go here, but I don't want to wrestle there. You can do that. You can have. You gotta treat the shit like a job, bro. Like if you get, you know what I'm saying? If you on an app, you feel me? You got an application. And they ask you like, what you good at? You're gonna say what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? You gonna say and be like, yeah.
It's an investment though. Like to me, some people will follow some wrestlers everywhere they go and things like that. And it could go from, hey, it's you again. Oh man, it's you again. Oh man, I don't want to see that.
It can go either way.
But that individual wrestler, they have to question themselves and try to understand what it is. Are you trying to get better or are you just wrestling? It's funny. It brings up a good point. You do have a lot of wrestlers that wrestle like every weekend or every other weekend and stuff like that. And like, that's fine. That's dope. But sometimes they don't practice. They don't improve because they're getting booked. And don't get me wrong, booking it could be a wonderful thing, and especially with certain things. But it's just like you got to take time to invest in yourself. Promos. That's why I say ask me for promos. Like, why should we watch this match? Why should we go here? What makes you different from everybody else? And it's a slight room for improvement if you're wrestling every other week or every weekend. So,
yeah, you got the journeyman, you got the workhorses or whatever the fuck they call them. So I don't know, but whatever, But at the same time, you want to still feel special. You know what I'm saying? When they see you on the card, they be like, "Oh shit, okay, I gotta go to this show for sure because he gonna be there." I don't even see him like that, but when I do see him, he be clowning. That's the kind of reactions I like to get.
Yeah,
cats like that too nowadays. So,
yeah, I definitely be like, man, I just want people to know that this is about to be a fire match. Like, oh man, if Alpha's on the card, this is about to be crazy. And like I said, I've had people comment and be happy about certain matches that I've had this year, before and after the matches, and that's what should make people, keep going and things like that. But like, it's all about improvement and even self-reflection. And I think that a lot of people don't do that because if you booked all the time, you're going to be like, I keep getting booked, so I must be doing something right. But sometimes people just need that body. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a good point, bro. And that also to like kind of piggyback off that is like in the indies nowadays, everybody's constantly hearing you're great, you're great, you're great, you're great, you're great, you're great, you're great. Every time they come from the locker room. And that shit like really fucks with people's ego. If you keep constantly telling people that all the time, like they're good, and you don't never correct them when they actually wrong on something, they'll sit here and be like, nah, you got me fucked up. Like, wow. So like when you actually correct them, they'll get an attitude. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the ego is out of control. Like for real. Super dangerous, dog. Super dangerous in the Indies.
yeah.
Like, yeah, man.
That's because people got like five-star ratings and getting booked a lot of spots. So it's just like they done already made it, so that they don't want to hear nothing. And
it's that entitlement. And I'm a millennial. You feel me? So I'm like, really like being entitled. Kings and queens of entitlement is this how we are.
Yeah.
But so at the same time, bro, come on, man. Like, keep that in check.
Okay, that's my little baby. She always. You want to say hi? Huh?
She want her food.
Nah, she said she ate it.
Oh, okay. Hey, what's up?
Say hey.
Where your muscles at?
Show the muscles.
Where your muscles at? Hey, you gonna be at the show next month, October 14th?
She'll be there. Say yes.
Yes.
You gonna be all right. So when you see it, remember this face, all right? Remember this. I need you to cheer for me. All right. When I
That's
come
my
out, I need you to cheer for me. Cheer
this
for
my
me, brother.
this is my little co-host. It's my little co-host.
All right.
But speaking of you and your brother, you guys are returning for a match that I've been trying to have happen for a while. But stuff happens, life happens. You get what I'm saying? So, but I'm happy that this is happening. Like I promote my show saying that every match will be a banger, and every match will be a banger, and this match will be a banger. So
It's gonna be a banger because you feel me. Like you got. All right. Let me go ahead and say this. You got four guys. You know what I'm saying? It's literally been, man. Like our journey, bro. Like I'm about to get so like so real. Like me and Cat journey alone. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
mhm.
Controversies that we've been through. You know, the matches, bad matches, the ups, the downs, the arguments, like everything that we've been through, bro. Like it's kind of like we got to put this into this. You know what I mean? Like we ain't all been through stuff, and we wrestled each other before. You know what I mean? Like we've all worked before in that area, and they've been beating Cass down ever since, like since I've been gone or whatever. So he had to come back and get his brother to help him. You know, so it all makes sense. But at the same time, like we about to go in there, and I know we all got the same mindset of like we got something to prove, bro. We have something to prove on like. Well, let me stop speaking for myself. Me going into this match, my last performances that I had, I wasn't really too proud of. So to me, it's like I need to, something has to come out of this because yo, if I have like another bad match in my mind, I'm probably gonna lose my mind, and I'm probably kicking myself and beating myself up by a little too much because of what happened in the match. I fucked around and I almost died. So I got caught up in a rope, right? Go to hit the ropes, caught whiplash, boom. My neck got caught up on the top rope. So I'm like out. And I don't really remember too much except for like I woke up for a minute and I finished the match. I don't know how I finished. Then like I don't remember nothing else except for like waking up and like on the ground and then in the hospital. It was all bad.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. So for me, it's just like, man, I've been wrestling since I was 15, 16 years old. I know I've made a lot of mistakes in the business. I know I've probably, done a lot of things that I probably shouldn't have done. Sure, but at the same time, like I thank God that I grew and I can sit here and I can try to like pour all that I've been through throughout the years into this. And I hope that whatever I'm giving, people understand, they can feel that, they can connect with that. Like, that's what I'm on. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we're gonna beat the shit out of you. Yes, we are. And it's competition. We're gonna do what we gotta do. It's for the tag titles and it's what we do. You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, like mental side of everything, like, bro, match, I got like something's gotta happen, bro. It's not even just like I remember when coaches be like, man, if I gotta do all this because if I do this, I'm gonna get signed. I don't give a damn about me. I give a damn about how many people that's gonna connect with this. Because yeah, I'm an independent wrestler. I've been independent for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I have to be independent because of the way my personality is set up. I wouldn't, bro. Folks like me and Cass, we wouldn't do too good in the WWE in all these places because we're individuals. When you're an individual,
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
It's hard. It's
Because
super hard when you're an individual.
Jazz and Rodney Mack was like that too. Because I had talked to them, they was basically saying like the same thing you saying. So I definitely understand
that. You know what I mean? It's hard, bro. So like, you gotta stay independent. You gotta do something that's gonna make your legacy on your own for real. Because ain't nobody, if you waiting to get signed, if a guy like me waiting to get signed, I'm gonna be waiting a long ass time. Like for I don't have the mentality to sit here and like I'm not gonna say like yo I don't listen and stuff like that, but like nah, bro, it's just certain. And then I'm black, man. Come on, man. You know how we get treated out in these places, bro. Like for real. Like if you black, you gotta do 30 times more. 30 times more. Even in this business, bro. Like if you get super over like the rock with somebody, all right, cool. If you not, you just a regular Joe Smoke. They gonna treat you just like how they treat everybody else, bro. Like, yo, ain't no listen, I'm probably have to tell you other stuff off camera. Cause I'm gonna get crazy in a minute. But yeah, that's where I'm at with all this, man.
Yeah, it everybody got different trials and tribulations and things like that. And some
Yeah.
people they'll try to use this against us through certain situations and things like that. So I definitely understand. I knew from years ago that I probably wasn't gonna ever go to WWE. Not that I didn't want to go, I didn't care, I wasn't good enough. It's just I felt like I had my own thing I had to do. Fast forward, now we got C3 Ultimate Wrestling. Now I'm trying to make that like one of the biggest things. And I know that people feel a certain way. Oh well, how you gonna do this and how you gonna do that? And I'll be like, just watch. Like we got your match. We got the Battle Royal. Like we got a lot of stuff that I believe in. People who may have not getting chances or overlooked from AEW, WWE, or bigger companies and things like that. Watch us come together and have 5-star show. And we don't need no ratings. We don't need no validation from people that don't care about what we're doing and stuff like that. Just watch us work. Watch us how we do things. Watch how we do things different. Watch how we do it the best. You know what I'm saying? And I've always felt that way. Like I remember a seminar. I went to a seminar for one show. I ain't gonna say the wrestler name, but he was asking people what did they want to do, and I basically said like it was an anti WWE answer. So he was like, "So you don't want to go to WWE?" I was like, "No." And then he just went to the next person to ask him a question because a lot of people wanted to say the WWE answer. I didn't want to say that. Like it wasn't me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I can see what they're doing, and I like that, you know, business is booming for them. I like the Bianca Belair thing. I like a lot of the stuff that they're doing, but at the same time, I feel like my vision and my wife's vision with C3 and with hard workers like you and Joe and Steele and Jordan, y'all guys can make magic just like that, and it's so dope. So I'd rather bank on that than going somewhere else and making magic for them.
I appreciate that because that says that you trust what we got going on, you know what I'm saying, to deliver that. And that's what really what we all really needed anyway, was somebody just to believe in us. You know what I'm saying? If you get somebody to believe in you, bro, like it can go a long way, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody would, when I first got in, they would look at me and be like, all right, so what's to this kid? Now, granted, I did come in with a bit of an attitude. I was like, man, whatever, man, I can do what I want. And I don't know why, but like, yo, at the same time, there's a lot of unwritten rules in the business.
For sure.
And, sometimes that can rub people the wrong way. And I probably rub people the wrong way with the way I talk. And I ain't always like, I'm not a mark. Like I'm a mark when I ain't a mark. If that makes sense.
No, that makes perfect sense, bro. Yeah. That makes perfect sense because I be wanting to say something, but I don't say it because I'm like, people gonna feel offended either way. However you spend it, however you say it. You know what I'm saying? So I 100% understand what you're coming from.
Yeah, and then too, like you getting the message across too, though. Like it kind of reminds me of like, not everybody gonna feel where you coming from. Like only you can understand. Like, and me too. Only we can understand on why it's cool for guys like us not to have contracts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Only we can know why we made a decision like that. There's nobody else to know that. That's just on us. But at the same time, we still want to get the message across, regardless of who's listening. Regardless of the reaction that we may get, as long as we get a reaction.
Sure.
You may not get the reaction you want. And it kind of takes me back to like, you know what I'm saying, when they say that when Jesus went to his first ministry, and he started talking to people. and he got like 4 different reactions for people.
Yeah.
Then he ended up getting like, oh, okay, let's go. I'll rock with you. Like, let's go. Okay, Jesus, that's what's
Yeah.
up. And then you get the other folks that's like, man, ain't this Joseph's son? I mean, like, who man's is this? Like,
Right.
who is
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
talking like this?
Like it's not him. He ain't. It's not him. Yeah.
He's not him for real.
Yeah.
Like,
No. Yeah.
he's not who he say he is for real. And then you got the other folks that just straight up just don't give a fuck about what you trying to do at all. Straight trying to just dog walk you.
Yeah.
And throughout all that, you get the message across regardless. You know what I mean? You still, regardless of how many people still, whatever it is, you getting what you need to get out of this. You know what I mean? And that's all that matters for real, because people gonna be talking.
People gonna
They hate
talk
on
regardless.
Jesus, hate on you. They gonna hate on me. They gonna hate. They gonna try to shit on everybody's credentials. They try to do the same thing to me, bro. They be looking at me like, well, how do you be talking? Like, ain't this? He never been on TV. Well, he ain't, and all this. But how did he? And I mean, my response to like a lot of that is, okay. And these guys have been on TV, and they ain't drawing nobody anything. So what's really the problem?
It's a lot of empty arenas with
former with these guys that's on TV.
Yeah, but
so
now,
not really the problem.
Yeah, sometimes you got to sit and reflect. You know what I'm saying? And even going to the Jesus thing is, people do talk. People gonna talk regardless. And I be telling people, I'm like, people be trying to pray for a life that Jesus didn't even live on earth. People was calling him out his name. They was doing all kind of stuff, and it's like you trying to pray. You trying to pray for something that he had to endure himself. Like, come on, like, hey, you gonna have a bad time.
His first time talking to folks, they try to throw him off a cliff, bro. They try to throw him off a cliff. His first time talking to y'all. That's like, crazy though.
Yeah, like his disciples was just, they was doing them dirty. Like it's. And even with wrestling, right? Yeah. Wrestling is like that too. Though, like, you know, a lot of people. I post how I feel on Facebook about certain things. I show clips. I be like, I don't like this and I don't like that. Some people agree, some people disagree, and that's fine. Me, I'm coming from a good place. You know what I'm saying? Like, must be like thinking that sometimes people just want to just be negative and just hate on the product. I'm like, nah, I want all these companies, especially the ones on TV, I want them both to succeed. But if it's some problems, I don't have a problem talking about it. And I'm not sitting there saying my perspective is perfect. But if I don't like something, I can say it.
Right. Yeah, you definitely can. You got a right to your opinion. That's the problem is that before you even form your opinion nowadays, somebody made the shit for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They already know how you feel for real. You can say something clearly saying how you feel, and they'll be like, no, because first of all, it's like, what? No, shut up.
I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you. I got a fire analogy for that. Okay. So if I look at wrestling and I look at stuff I don't like on both platforms, and let's say I don't like something on the independents, so I sit and I talk about it, and it's not complaining. It's just I don't like it. Mm-hmm. They say shut up and enjoy wrestling. That's the same thing as telling LeBron to shut up and dribble, bro. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Just enjoy wrestling. Just enjoy it. You just have to enjoy it because it's right there, and you have to consume.
But you know, when she said that to LeBron, she was saying, "Hey, LeBron, shut your." She wanted him to shuck and jive. No,
I understand that.
That was more butt breaking.
No, I understand. I understand that, but to me, I don't want to say it's the same level.
Yeah.
But to me, I personally take that similar. Like if I'm sitting here saying like, "Hey, this dude can't punch for nothing," and then you say, "Oh, well, wrestling has changed. Just enjoy it." Just enjoy it because that's how he strike, and he's on a multi-billion-dollar company, and that's how he strike, and you should just get used to it because that's how he strike. Oh, he meant to do that. He meant to miss the whole person. He meant to do that. Like,
you funny.
No, 100% though, bro. Like,
You funny
Bro,
as
I
hell.
done seen people look like they neck broke and they trying to sit here and say that's how the finish is supposed to look. I'm like, no, it ain't. No.
Bro, that's straight stupid. How the hell you talking about? Hey, his punches were bad. Wrestling's changed. Well, fuck. What you mean? You don't know how to throw a punch. Like,
But
so that
I
mean they
know,
say.
bro, I've seen comments like this stuff. Like you just got it, and I know it. I know it has changed, but it does not mean we have to accept. We don't have to accept everything that changes. Like,
Oh shit.
oh, he's a 5-star wrestler. Dave, whatever, Meltzer gave him 5 stars, but he can't strike for nothing.
You
And
notice. You notice that nobody's taking that shit serious no more. For real. I mean, they no like the real ones never did, but
yeah,
now it's more open. Like, yo, this is a joke. Like, we're not about to sit here and listen to this dude because he's a
the,
super fan.
the infatuation phase went away. The infatuation phase went away. Now it's like, what have you done for me lately? All right, cool. We like this. We was attracted to this, but now you starting to show stuff that we don't like. Like we peeped it for years. You know what I'm saying? But like even like fans of other companies, and he favors one company, gives them 5-star matches, and people are like, dog, for real? Like you gave that? Like, come on, man.
Crazy
But
on how
he still got pulled though at the end of the day, though. Like people still try to appease to him and things like that. I personally don't like people that aren't wrestlers or journalists in backstage where we got to do our business. I do understand interviews and stuff like that, but times has changed, apparently. So
that's the thing. Times has changed. He can't throw a punch.
he
That's
can't throw a punch. Times has changed.
times has changed.
But he's the most. I'm not talking about nobody in particular. I don't want nobody to be in my chat saying. I'm just saying. Hey, he's the best wrestler in the world. But I'm like, he can't punch. Times change. Times change. You should be grateful that he's wrestling because he's putting wrestling on the map. I'm like, that's not doing nothing for me, bro.
What is on the map? That's another thing. That's funny as hell when they talk about wrestling on the map. What map? Who's looking at it for real?
Dora's map, bro. It's Dora's map. She got a little song with it.
What did you? Oh my goodness, bro! Because the only people that's keeping like Dave, like Meltzer, and the indie darlings and stuff like that alive is the niche, the little minute people, the little audience that like this shit for real, like the little deathmatch fans and the because it's a mindset thing nowadays, bro. It's really like business mind versus indie mind nowadays. You know what I'm saying? It's just more open.
Yeah.
So the indie mind is winning, by the way, right now though. The indie mindset is for sure winning.
It's all about. No, I'm not just. Hey, look.
I'm sorry.
It's
hey, the indie mindset up 1,000 right now, bro. They up 1,000. The business mindset is down bad. That's the one that's bad.
Ain't no business, bro.
Oh,
it's not business. It's conference meetings. The conference meetings that you have at work that gets nothing done, and you get a pizza party at the end. Nah, it's not no business. It's a conference meeting that you don't want to be in.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so bro, that's why if the boys have a job, that's a problem. It's a problem. It's not a problem, but it's a problem. If you want to make wrestling like your soul thing, I wouldn't, I mean, hey, to each his own, but this isn't the time, bro. It ain't the time. It ain't the time. Get you a job. Like I've been working since the pandemic.
Yeah,
the pandemic was really like that's what shut down everything. That was like, all right,
for sure.
Yeah, like folks, but don't get me wrong, I was up during. A lot of folks was up during the pandemic. I was one of those up folks. But I was still in the field too. But yeah, man, like get you a job.
Get insurance. If the job offer insurance. I can't stress that enough, man. Look, being a weekend warrior is cool, fine, and dandy, but if you ain't got no insurance or nothing like that, and God forbid you hurt yourself,
Well,
Like,
when pro wrestling was a thriving business, and everybody was making like damn, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't have to worry about this. But it's literally only two places to go, and one place you'd be like, if I go over here, it's just like wrestling in the Indies. It's just like literally wrestling in the Indies. You got everybody
with the ego,
ego, the backstage. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit that goes on backstage is more interesting than the shit that goes on in the ring. You know what I mean? So if I'm looking for a job, why would I want to go to some place where I know it's gonna stress me out? That's just common sense, bro. I'm not about to go to a job where I know it's just like I wouldn't like it there. I don't give a fuck how much they pay me. I wouldn't like it there. Then you got to go to WWE, which is literally like the biggest fucking wrestling show in the history of wrestling. You go there, you might have a chance because you still got guys from the business from that era that's still there still that you can learn some shit from. You can learn how to work. Like you got Michael Hayes, like you got a lot of real ones there that was even in the territory that I drew money that'll show you how to like work a little bit. But even still, they gonna teach you their style. They're gonna
take away what got you to the dance too.
Exactly. Exactly. You're not gonna be like an authentic overdude that's like, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Where like him or not, Hogan was authentically over. That's why he got as massive as he did. Austin, same way. It's just when you start to bring in motherfuckers that's like, you know what I'm saying, these robotic ass type of pushing people down people's throat. That's when people don't like that. It's not genuine. You can't make somebody like anybody. It's just in life. It's like a relationship. Well, not relationship, but it's like if you this girl or whatever, and you keep forcing yourself on her, like you trying to smash. You feel me? You like, bro, she not gonna like that shit because you keep forcing it.
For sure.
You know what I mean? And that's what the dilemma that we facing in the business for real.
Yeah,
ain't nowhere to fucking go for real.
I mean, it's those two places, and I don't want to sit here and be like it's all negative because I know they got people that probably look at this or gonna look at this and they want to go to these spots. We're not here to deter you on whatever you want to do. My thing is though, what we like to do is we like to put everything on the table. We can talk about the good stuff. We can also talk about like the bad stuff. The AEW thing, obviously, you probably have, re-wrestling a lot. Maybe you could do independent shows. You can do certain things and all that. And WWE, that's the biggest wrestling platform in the world. So even if you do get released, you can eat off of that. So there's good and bad with like certain things. It's just that like sometimes we just talk about the good and the bad. Like we talk about it all and things like that. And we don't have to like sugarcoat it because we're not looking to be signed at all. And even if we was, we still ain't gonna sugarcoat it because that's just what it is. I'm not like one of these good people that's like be sugarcoating stuff for companies so they can sign me and things like that because it's my dream job and stuff like that. That means I'm not real if I'm just saying some fake stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So you gotta stay true, man. And what's sad is the more that you stay true, because sometimes I guess being a little too real can shoot you in the foot. You know what I mean? I guess. You know what I mean? But
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It can, but at the same time, while you can't sit here and dumb yourself down. If you stand on what you believe in, bro, you stand on it. People respect that when you actually stand on who you are and you stay true to yourself and you don't fold. Like, that's the real thing. You don't have to conform to what everybody says. And I think that's another thing too. What's going on in the WWE or even in AEW? You got a lot of people that's seeing a lot of money that they ain't never really seen before like that. They spent a lot of time on the indie, so they like, damn, I'm seeing more money I've ever seen. So you get comfortable when you start seeing a lot of money. You start seeing shit like, man, I don't care because I'm gonna still get paid regardless, whatever it is. But like at a point in time, bro, you got. I saw something on social media. Everybody was talking about what Swerve did. He was talking about he had cut some promo.
Hangman Page, yeah, I saw. It was pretty cool.
But my thing is, okay, that was cool. But if you hear the promo, like, did you hear people?
It was it was like little to no reaction.
When he was talking, it wasn't nobody saying shit because they don't care.
It kind of got.
I don't want to say it like I'm a diss Swerve. I'm not trying to diss Swerve, but this is what I'm trying to like make people understand. You know what I'm saying? Swerve was on the microphone, and you can hear him talk. It's not just at the point where it's just like, oh, they're like intently listening or whatever. I mean, maybe they were.
Yeah, he was nervous. You could tell he was nervous
like,
too. Yeah.
Some of them people was like, man, can y'all hurry up? Because it's not real, bro. You can tell when folks is acting, performing, and acting like they just like, oh, well, you know, like, come on, bro. I'm pretty sure he don't even talk like that in real life, dog.
I liked it.
Like, I'm be honest, dog. Like these dudes, and that's another thing too. Like when these dudes and like black dudes, like the brothers in the business, you know what I'm saying? They feel like all we gotta be is street. And a lot of these dudes not even from the hood for real. A lot of these dudes they don't know how to be street, so they act street, and they think that that's just, and it makes folks that's, you know what I'm saying, that actually it makes it hard for a lot of folks for real because they think that's how all brothers be acting and stuff like that. They think he gotta rap, he gotta do this, no, bro, like no. And that promo it's because nowadays nobody says anything, so we think like promos like that are just the greatest thing that we ever seen, and it's not. And I ain't trying to hate, but if everybody was like that, would nobody really be saying shit for real. You know what I'm saying? Because what's the name had the same kind of promo where it was silent in AEW. They kind of got that people just sit there and be like, and then they react afterwards. You're like, oh shit, okay, type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they may be used to. I mean, they have a target audience that they like. Well, the AEW for the most part. I like the promo. I know that like Swerve was a little slippy blippy. It was a little nervous.
Yeah,
and it was
like, shit. They barely give him the opportunity anyway.
It was like little to no reaction. And to be honest, I think they could have made a bigger statement by how Hangman would have handled it. All Hangman all he said was, if you got a problem with me and want a match, go to the back and get one, and then walked away. So it's like, to me, that kind of took away from it too. Swerve, I do like Swerve. I think Swerve is damn near a gatekeeper there. If you want a great match, get Swerve. Swerve will have a great match with them. I think with Swerve, with rapping and all of that stuff, he does this. He was on XXL. He was on like a lot of stuff. He was rapping, and when he was part of Hit Row in NXT. My thing is, if you're going to make him have this big statement, powerful statement, it has to have a great payoff. It has to. Like, to me, if you're just using this to make Hangman back into the main event, I ain't for that.
That's exactly. And then why do you Swerve like that?
Right.
You know why have him like that? Because I think I met him in, it was 2017. Yeah, I think I told you about this before. He was down in Ohio.
I think you told me.
Yeah, he was down in Ohio once, and yeah, that's probably like the first and only time I saw Cuz for real. But yeah, man, at the same time, you know, promos nowadays, because can't nobody talk. You don't feel nobody, and everybody says the same thing. You know what I mean? So if everybody got the same problems, what's there to get behind? Everybody sit here and be like, I've worked so hard. I've worked hard. This is my dream. This is my dream. I just don't understand my anxiety. I have anxiety too. My mental health, and my mental health fucked up too, right? Everybody got, you know what I'm saying? We need something different. Everybody is they all friendly. You know, you don't believe nobody for real.
You might beat me up, but I'm going to give you all I have.
I'm gonna give you everything I got, man. Like I don't care,
I'm
bro.
going to show you that I have fights. I may leave in a pool of blood, but I'm going to be the best. I'm going to do the best.
It's crazy out here.
No,
You
yeah,
know,
you're right. No, you're right. It's have stuff to resonate, but also don't pander to the fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all go through stuff, like you said, mental health and things like that. But how could you incorporate that into something that where people will be so invested in? And that's where it is. I just think that, like, I call it the tough enough promo that a lot of people do. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be number one, to be a WWE superstar, the AEW superstar. I think that's just what it is. But it's like you're not showing no grit. What makes you different from everybody else? You know what I'm saying?
because the mindset in the business, though, bro, is that it's an act. So they go into it with, when people be doing promos, they go into it like this is like they already. I've seen and heard people say shit like this. They sit here and say, "I've already got my character together." You're like, bro, what? Like, what are you talking about? Just go out there and just be a. No. I gotta go. They automatically looking at this shit like it's a movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah,
They don't go into it with the like, I'm a pro wrestler. This is where I'm from. And this is why they don't. There's nothing real about it. It's robotic.
you gotta live it. You gotta live it.
They don't live it. They're not living it at all. So that's why it's just like everybody got the same generic everything. Like how I'm talking to you right now. Like bro. I talk like this in the ring. I talk like this in my, like everywhere. Like for real, like. This is just who I am. Like I'm a wild dude. I be smoking. I be blowing trees. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I got a wife I take care of. Like I got a job. I got a. You know what I'm saying. Like I wrestle. Like I'm a real dude. Like I'm relatable. I guess ain't nobody really relatable for real.
Yeah, no, but that's what worked because like in C Red he talked about it before. Your character can be an extension of yourself.
That's all it is, bro. Like this is all it is. And I'm a deep dude too. Like we had some conversations before. And was like, yo, when we get to talking, you never know where the combo can go.
So
even little you feel me.
and but that's what it is. It's like you have to be invested in that because if you don't believe in your character, how am I supposed to believe in it? Like, you're not gonna get that mama daddy love. Hey, that's my baby. Hey, that's my baby. Like everybody's not gonna be like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just you have to like me, right? Like I ain't always wear superhero cape. I was something else before. Yeah, I see my mom. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like it does take time and it is an investment. And Muggs just try to hurry up and get rich quick scheme. Try to get over quick. And then when it don't go over, then they go to Facebook dissing fans and people talking about y'all didn't give me an opportunity and blah blah blah. Y'all didn't give it a chance. Like you didn't give it a chance.
Well, my thing is, how come? And then I'll be dead because the promo that they'll cut on Facebook be harder than the promo that they cut in real time. I'll be like, damn, where was this attitude at?
Hey, we talked about this before.
You should probably like the way they're talking. You like, where was this type of charisma in the damn promo?
Like this man emptied the clip in his Facebook grunt, his Facebook rant, but he couldn't convert that into a promo. Why? You got fired on finger posting, but
that's nasty.
Yeah, horrible. But that's what it is. This girl did not.
I'll be arrested too.
Tell you, man, kids, man. But going back into it, yeah, man. Like, and we've talked about it. Ever since like the first interview, we've talked about like, hey, man, like, has independent wrestling changed? And the first two times, you was like, nope. I'm actually. Nope. I had to ask. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's
where?
Wait,
where did it change at?
I don't want to say like it changed drastically and things like that. I don't want to say that.
I won't be too much of a jackass. It changed a little bit.
Yeah, like, and I always think about this when we talk about like money and stuff. You be like, I be like, dang, like Jon'tae be really saying some real stuff. Like, hey man, like it's some money that can be made in here. There's money here. It's just people not applying it the right way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think people just want to have a show and think they just gonna get paid. I'm like, nah, man, it's an investment. You have to be consistent.
The wrestlers have lost facts that need to get over. That's what it is.
Yeah,
we've lost it. We've lost we don't need to get over because we think that we're over. Right? We'll post a video right now. You know what I mean? We'll post a whole ass video and be like, "Yo, this move cool as hell, lady," and we'll get maybe like a lot of likes and nice little comments, and then your ego. All you gotta do is just sit back and watch. And you're like, hell yeah, here they come.
yeah.
You the coldest wrestler in the world, you know, for shit like that. And no, you're not.
Yeah,
you're blinded by the likes. You're blinded by that's what you're blinded by.
Yeah, and the smoking mirrors. Martel brings up a point, but I want to talk about that point too. He says wrestling has changed, the fundamentals have not. I agree, but people don't have the fundamentals and they refuse to know what the fundamentals are. See, if you have the fundamentals and things like that, let's say if me and you, Jon'tae, we go against each other 10 times, we can have 10 different kinds of matches. It could be a singles match and we can do 10 things different. It'll be different matches each time because we know the working aspect of doing that. Some people is like, dang, again, you want to do the same thing again, you want to do this again, you want to do this spot again, and you can story tell for maybe 1 or 2 matches with the same spot, but when you just can't like do 10 different matches with the same person, to me, that's where the fundamental stuff is going off. Take away, put stuff in. How could this work? How can this not work? What can we make? What's the story? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Like, if you wrestling somebody, if you wrestle, like me and you, if you come up with a match and we wrestle one time, oh damn, we're giving away the secrets.
But, wait, no, no. We'll talk about this now.
Yeah, you gotta keep it.
I've already said too much about the 10 thing.
Y'all
didn't hear me. Y'all didn't hear what I just said. But I said it. But unfortunately, I hate it. Because I'm a part of it. Like I always talk about the business exposed and stuff, but I hate it because I kind of do it too. But I try to keep like some stuff in our locker room because I do think that a lot of stuff do need to stay in there. Kayfabe's on life support or whatever like that, but you know we still got the machine running. Man, so
been on life so long, bro. Just pull the plug at this point, though. But I mean, yeah, wrestling has changed, and it's supposed to, but it's how it's changed. It's not that it's changed to the point where it's like people are clamoring to see it. People are clamoring to like get away from it because they keep seeing bullshit and they know what it used to be. Some folks are blinded by nostalgia. Some folks actually care about wrestling and they be like, damn, like what happened? Because it used to be actual stars. I think they miss seeing stars. You know what I mean? That's what I really think they miss seeing, because now they just seen a whole bunch of guys putting on moves and be like, oh, so that's how they do it. Whereas they be like, yo, he's the coldest wrestler. I'm seeing whoever the fuck I'm seeing. That's who I'm seeing. You know what I'm
saying? That's a fact though. Like it's like, not a lot of mega stars, and you know I talk about the Attitude Era a lot, but even the Ruthless Aggression Era. But you had like mega stars. You had people who would go to a show for 2 hours just for that one person to see them wrestle or promo or something and stuff like that. It's kind of difficult now. Outside of Roman Reigns, maybe.
Everybody was over. Everybody
I say Cody, maybe like Roman and Cody in WWE because people want to see Cody. You know what I'm saying? But
for real though, you know, it's just like to my grandparents used to say stuff like, man, I remember seeing like the original Cheek, and like it used to be fun going to wrestling shows because it was like it was so much more like tell what was going on. Like, you know, the guys were trying to literally insult your intelligence when you was out there when they were performing. You know, they tried to bring as much legitimacy as they could for real. And, you know, if we could try to bring that back, that would be great.
You bring up another point though. Sometimes, like you said, fans don't want to be insulted. They also don't want to be hip to what we do and say. They're there for a wrestling show. They pay for a wrestling show. They want to see people larger than life characters. They want to see matches. They want to see promos and stuff. You know, for example, if we go to the movies and go see The Equalizer, right? We go see that. We don't want to see Denzel break out his character and say, "Hey, this is the locker room, and this is this, and this is that." And you want to see The Equalizer. You want to see him shoot people and kill people. That's what you paid to see. Some people don't want to know the ins and outs and the backstage stuff. You know, some people don't want to see that. Some people actually want to see a wrestling show. So when you sit there and you talk about another company you shouldn't be talking about, or when you talk about other stuff and behind the scenes things using terminology that they don't want to hear about, like, for example, Kieth, our announcer for the show, he want to see the show as a fan. He announces but don't want to know nothing else because he wants to watch and enjoy the show.
Okay.
Some fans want that.
Right.
When you don't do that and you talk about other stuff, and promos shouldn't be that long. I'm sorry. Promos should not be that long. But so many people be like, I need to talk for 20 minutes and stuff like that. And then you're not engaging them. You're not giving them high fives. You're not saying nothing. Like, you can't just say, "Hey, Hammond, Indiana," and then they cheer and then think you got them for 20 minutes. It don't work like that. It's my girl, get down. Get out. Kids, man. But nah, it's different now because it was bad enough when journalists and other people and interviewers was exposing the business. Now wrestlers are just free, love doing it because it's just a part of the game.
Unfortunately, my generation, you know, we just enhanced it even more because I feel like my generation was the most influenced for sure. I mean, we had TV, like they put TV right in our face as kids. Like, yo, here, watch it all. You know what I mean? Like we was a start of like the reality TV movement. So we just saw so much bullshit for real. You know what I mean? And it's just like I remember when I first saw wrestling, like the first thing that caught my eye was the Hardy Boys for real.
Yeah.
Because of all the crazy shit they was doing. And I was like, man, that's wild. You know, so certain things you just be like, you react, you gravitate to, you know what I mean? And I guess my generation was easily influenced because look who's running the business right now. You know what I mean? Like half of them are like around my age or late 30s and stuff like. I mean, not late 30s. Well, yeah, late 30s and whatnot. Early 30s, late. A bunch of millennials running around, and then half these same millennials got schooled, and they don't have no reason of having a school for real. Because they're not even teaching psychology.
They not. Nah, it's money. It's money hungry. And I remember I low key I went on a tangent one day after work. I was like, man, all these people got students, but they ain't got no schools, bro. Like
they got students, but they ain't got no stars. Like how do you? I don't get like. All right, man. Like you'll say stuff like this, and they'll be like, "You a hater," but how in the hell are you a hater when literally, bro, like the dudes that's training everybody now is literally teaching them to be like miniature, like little mini thems.
Versions of themselves. So it's like
if they be like little versions of themselves, they can get in a little clique and they can all get booked together and poke each other in the assholes, whatever the fuck they want to do. Like,
but they never know. But you see, some of these people got students because they left because they didn't want to be trained to talk correctly. So they felt they took their ball and went with it and found somebody to ride with them so you can, indoctrinate them on what true wrestling and psychology is.
They can just sit here and have somebody that they can sit here and be like, they can, oh yeah, I'm training this guy, and they just want somebody to just flirt them up a little bit and be like, oh yeah, this is my guy right here. He's the greatest, and they can just stand there and be like, yeah, I am. I train him, yep. And he don't draw a dime.
I've seen that too. I'm like,
I'm talking about nothing.
Because it's give and take. Most likely that the teacher is giving them opportunities to be booked certain places and things like that. But you're not learning nothing. You're just getting booked. That goes into what we were saying about wrestling every weekend and not improving and things like that. These people, and some people got students that got no facility, ain't got no wrestling ring, ain't training nobody, but got students all of a sudden. It's just like I'm trying to understand where this come from.
And it's just like, do they teach them like the things that matter, like drawing, emotions? Because that's how you make your money, is when you have those things in order. It's no different from musicians, bro. Like a fucking rapper or singer, like how do they get on by their audience, their fans. Their fans is what put them on. You know what I mean? Like that's genuinely where your star power comes from. Is from the people having so much faith in you that they put you on this pedestal to the point where they just gotta live vicariously through you.
That's because we live in you ever watch Mad TV?
Yeah, hell yeah. I just mentioned that to my wife like last night. I like
remember
you on Mad TV.
Remember Stewie, right? Remember Stewie?
Yep.
Look what I can do. That's what a lot of these teachers.
You're so
not even just teachers. Some of these independent quote unquote stars, they be like that. Look what I can do. And then you just want people to just react. And then people are like, well, what else? What else can you do? Like, what?
You ain't got a personality, so you can't fall back on that. So,
like, to me, it's pro wrestling. No, I can't even say it. I can't say it, man. I can't say it. I'm not gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it. Because I can't stop, and I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop myself now because people like what they like at the end of the day.
What they like, bro.
People like what they like.
I feel like, if you watch AEW, like, bro, the shit. I mean, you like the indies then. If you like AEW, you have to.
Yeah.
There's literally you obviously appreciate the indies if you watch AEW, because everybody in the indies is at AEW and their matches look like the indies. They have the mindset of the indies. They just fired like their only star, so
Dang, you said only star. Ooh, they coming after you, bro.
No. They biggest star.
I mean? Man, that's worse, bro.
Biggest star.
I agree with you, by the way. I agree with you, by the way.
For
now,
sure. I mean, I never in my life thought I would be like, damn, like CM Punk. Every other, I'll tell you, dog, this dude stay in the news. Like, yo,
I watch battle rap, so they say the algorithm. That's what Punk is. Punk is the algorithm.
He's the algorithm for sure.
They had one of the biggest shows in wrestling a couple weeks ago, and we talking about CM Punk and who he fought. So we ain't even thinking about the history making event. Like we thinking about a whole week, and then carried on to the week he got fired. What, Mama?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay, Mama. Just leave it. But yeah, so yeah, I made many videos about how I felt about the situation. Hey, the kind of stuff happens. I do think that hopefully the locker room morale does change in a positive way. But I don't. Since it's an indie mindset company, I don't think it's gonna change that much. Oh, you was friends with this person? Okay, well you gonna suffer.
Yeah, and that's how it is. Like, and I feel like you'll probably end up getting lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean? If you're not a part of, and it's how it is in the independents, bro. If you're not part of a clique for real, like you probably just dead in the water. So just imagine when you gotta be up there, and then like these people are like they have high ranking positions, and like these dudes are like EVPs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
if you get into it with like some of these people, I mean, they're gonna get the laws involved. Like it's not a locker room where you can be like you can get in a fight with somebody. Like I would never expect to go in a locker room and just go and fight somebody. But bro, you're in a locker room with full of pro wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in locker rooms before where I had to like fight somebody, even in like regular sports locker room, like basketball or something like that. Like it happens. You fight your teammate. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to get the laws and shit involved and all this other stuff. And it's just a lot of stuff that they do up there. I just be like, I know for a fact if I got into it with somebody, they gonna hate me. So
no, but yeah, I've said that. And I was just like, bro, y'all be letting these people talk about all kind of business that ain't got us to do that nobody should be talking about.
yeah.
And y'all be so freely with it, like y'all don't care about these people fighting and investigations. Like none of us should be knowing this. Y'all allow people to say like, and I said like Tony Khan had the media scrum talking about All In saying the record breaking the thing, and the first thing he said was the attendance. Then the second thing was, yeah, a fight did happen. We're investigating. I'm like, why are you telling people this?
You don't even have to say anything.
Speculation. Just let it be speculation. We know these two people don't like each other. That's it. So I don't know, bro. Like to me, and I'm not even against wrestlers having like a position in the office, but it gotta make sense. And it gotta be people that actually cares about that position. What, mama? No, just one. So I think like I would say like Triple H, right? He's what the COO or whatever like that. I think for the most part he does his job good, being a former wrestler, even if he was still wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, some wrestlers they showing like it's bad enough when we have non-wrestling people become in a position, but then when you have wrestlers that get that corporate position and they drop the ball, that's the crazy part.
Yeah, facts.
So I don't know, man.
You're right, bro, and I feel that for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know, bro. It just be crazy because I when I peeped it, I was like, oh man, this look like this probably gonna be bad on how they do egos because they had egos on the independent scenes too because they didn't like when people criticized them and stuff like that. Exactly. So you know what I'm saying. So now you got a corporate job, so you got like somewhat of a protection. So we'll see where it go. And Loki is still kind of trash. So I'm just like, you know, I don't think they was like the best ones to have that position, but that's just me.
Yeah, you know, I've been in the business since 2010, 11, bro. So I absolutely feel like my opinion matters in certain things because, bro, like they come from the independence.
For sure.
So, like, I mean, I come from the independence, and if I feel like if I work with these people who come from the same trenches or whatever, but I already know, like, my mindset is literally like not even where theirs is even at. Why the hell would I want to? Like, no.
Now I've always told people to investigate where you going or where you trying to be booked at. Always investigate.
Yeah, you have to. You got to treat it like a job.
And Kenny and the Bucks, they are considered, and I'm not saying they are my favorites, but they are considered some of the most popular wrestlers in the world. And I'm not going to take that away from them. That don't mean I agree with, their psychology.
Each his own, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, I'm not gonna sit there and say they don't draw or whatever like that. Like, I'm sure they'll draw, it is what it is. But my thing is just like to put these people in corporate positions and think that no egos and favoritism and nepotism wasn't gonna happen. That's laughable. For anybody to think that they were just gonna be different from WWE because WWE got VPs and all that stuff that's biased and stuff and related to events and things like that. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, the difference is with Vince, you
Why?
know, and like with
Why?
Vince and Tony, this is actually like, he came from like a wrestling background. Like Tony didn't come from a wrestling background. He just came from like myself, you know what I'm saying, or some shit like that. Like he came from like watching wrestling.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, like I wanna do what he's doing. Vince was already inside the business. He knew
Yeah,
how
for
to
sure.
work,
He was like
so
commentator. He was like, yeah, he was really in the trenches with.
he was really like he was in the business business. It's not like he was watching wrestling one day and was like, yeah. That's what Tony did. Tony was like, "Fuck, I'm a billionaire. I can do this. I'm a billionaire, bro. Why can't I just go on a wrestling show? Can't be that hard. Come on now."
He had all the potential too with the people that he booked, and it was a big thing. And that's one thing that I always get him credit for is y'all came out of I want to say out of nowhere, but y'all really made a big thing out of this, and y'all had the whole world looking. Even WWE was looking, so
They
that's
didn't
a big
even
thing.
they didn't even like contact like real indies though. Because like look, if you notice like when they had their first All In or All Out, it was all their friends. It was all their friends from Ring of Honor that was getting, or wherever the fuck else that was inside of a little bubble click type whatever. That part of indies. It wasn't. They didn't scurry throughout the indies and be like, "Yo, let's go grab some guys that that could potentially be something or whatever." They just grab all their friends up and put on the show.
You got a point. I mean, they
That's
got
what
like
it
the
is.
pop. They got like the popular people who are their friends and stuff
Yeah,
like
they
that.
just got their little
Outside,
friends.
I would say like maybe like Kylie Ray when she was wrestling, she was like independent more than anything. I don't know if she was friends with anybody, but it was cool to see her at the time and things like that. But most of these people was already connected to them
Mm-hmm.
a certain way, and
Yeah.
so yeah, hey, but you got a point. But even then, when they decided to make a whole company, as soon as they became a whole company, people's already riding with them. I was like, dog, they ain't even see a first match yet, and you ride with them. But it's fine, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. But
so
another thing too, that was another thing that was happening. It was just like, yo, the people was sick of the WWE, so now let's go and look what's going on over here.
they
And
came
they
came at a
did.
good time, and but I think like what we were saying even earlier about infatuation. I think that's some not all. Some people love AEW and what they continue to do and stuff like that. I'm not mad at you, but I think some people is just like, dog, y'all supposed to do this. Y'all promise this. This supposed to be different. Why y'all keep booking this person? Why is it this person? Why we don't have no black AEW champ? Because Tony said it was supposed to have one. Because they promoted that there was a progressive wrestling company.
This would be pretty controversial, and this is unpopular opinion, maybe. I'm black as hell. Love being black. Never in my life thought about being anything different. Um, I'm pretty sure if somebody was over as fuck in AEW, then there probably would be a black. Ain't nobody over.
Yes, yes.
Wait, say that. Ed, your mic chopped up. Say that again.
I said if there was somebody that was black in the business that was over like hella, there would be a black. But it ain't. You had Powerhouse Hobbs. They ain't do nothing with Cuz. They're not. I mean, they might do. I don't know what they'll do, bro. I don't know what they'll do with like any of the black wrestlers there. But 9 once they
Never
make
mind.
a black wrestler a champion there, they gonna hold on to that. They gonna, hold on to that little because they know black folks hold on to hope. They be like, oh my God, we just want this. Just give us something. They did
Just
the
give
same
us
thing with
something.
Kofi.
Just give us something.
They did the same thing with Kofi, and what they have him do? Lose the Brock in like 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Then
Not.
you get a rematch.
No, you got a point. Atlas.
With AEW, when they come across, like say Swerve do end up being world champion, and he not as over as CM Punk. You know damn well he gonna have CM Punk gonna be the shit out of damn Swerve, and that's about it. Because it's our draw. If there was a draw that was black, hey, they'll do the same thing. More than likely,
I think
I think AEW is more. They're more so to do that first than the WWE maybe.
I think Punk we'll probably give him a great match though before he win. But but no, Alice has brought up this point a lot of times, and I do agree with him and you on that, is that this is a business at the end of the day, and they want to draw. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that AEW has like historic numbers with drawing and things like that, but I think they'd rather try to keep the money that they have than lose money than they have, if that makes sense. If they're known to clock in, let's just say 1 million viewers, and they just stagnate at that, and Swerve is the champion, it drops to like 600,000, they're not going to like that. You know what I'm saying? That's their money.
Is Swerve connecting with people? Like, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Is he connecting with people? Because, like, yeah, we can push Swerve. You can push the dude all they want, but if he ain't connecting, there's no point. All right, yeah, black folks need a champion, but is he gonna like sit here and connect with folks on all aspects? Can he go to the hood and be like, yo, oh man, like, because that's what you really want. If you end up getting like the folks in the hood or whatever that they can rock with you, and then that's you just you transcending out of the black market into white folks and all this other stuff, then bro, you a whole different kind of influence. If that's happening with you, they're gonna make sure that you're well taken care of because you're bringing in money from me, bro. I'm benefiting off you. The way that you eating is the way I'm gonna eat too. But as soon as that shit stops, as soon as the black dollar stops, and ain't nobody worrying about what you got going on, I guarantee you won't be champion tomorrow.
What about Ricky Stark? I think Ricky Stark is over though. He's pretty over.
He over, yeah. But at the same time, it's up to them. It's really up to them. Like, Ricky Stark can be over all you want, but like, can he stay over?
I think he could, honestly. I think, and I've talked about this with my homie Kevin. I said, y'all got 2 black wrestlers that are very popular that y'all should put a rocket behind. That was Ricky Starks. This was before the Swerve promo, but I like Swerve regardless because he was a great worker.
I'll take Ricky before Swerve.
Ricky Starks and Willow Nightingale. Because you good. So I think they are good. I like Swerve. I think, like I said, Swerve is a great role player, whatever like that. And I do hope he benefits greatly with what they're doing. And Atlas, I keep saying bringing them up, but when we was talking about black wrestlers in AEW, he was saying that like Swerve was too hood, and he wasn't saying that in a disrespectful way.
He ain't even hood,
but he was talking about the.
But yeah, I get what you mean.
You get what I'm saying. So, and that brings up a point that what you said earlier, but what he represents, and that kind of baffles me because people be saying black people can't get this, black people can't beat that, but black people, y'all take black culture, things that are deemed as black culture, and make money off of it. A lot of AEW wrestlers who are non-black have hip hop music or something like that. You get what I'm saying? Like it's always a certain aspect of it, or sayings, the things that we say that y'all said was slang and ghetto and ratchet, and y'all turn around and y'all make money off of that kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, so even Swerve, now I don't know Swerve, but you met him. So like even what he has and what he quote unquote represents and things like that, that could go far, but it has to go far to a certain demographic. I'm gonna be 100% with you, bro. Most of the time when I see like somebody that's non-white winning, I'll be like, is there a show around something? Or are they trying to pander to something? Or is it 100%? Because I remember even when Jinder Mahal beat Randy Orton for the WWE title, but they was going to India like the following month. I'm like, does this make it a genuine, like, are you happy for that? Or is it just a business aspect of it? You know what I'm saying? Was you going? For sure. Yeah, like what was it? Like Jinder turned his life around too. And you know, he did that, and I still am. I'm happy for him because of everything that he did. And he went against Orton. I think Orton would probably be the only guy, and Bryan Danielson to put over somebody black, but or white. But but you bring up good points when it comes to those kind of things. Even like when I was talking about the black culture and stuff like that, it's like people take from it, but you can't have somebody that's about it and be it and live it excel. You know.
I always said that. Yeah, fact. John Cena made a whole career out of it and became the biggest star in the world. And where he was on the show, you know what I'm saying, like doing the rapping, et cetera, and he's just like, yo, when you literally have guys that's like that, and you know what I'm saying, I don't know, but maybe it just didn't resonate. You know, it just didn't
I'm,
resonate somehow.
but
I don't know. I
no,
really don't.
but see, and this is my thing. As being happy that I am black and things like that, I don't be asking. I don't think, dang, I don't want to go this deep with this. Many of us shouldn't be asking for handouts and things like that. We got our own grit and own strength to do things and make our own moves. We shouldn't have to wait for nobody else. But I will say that. That being said, like when we see somebody like John Cena, who I do like, you know, take the G Unit symbol and make it the chain gang, and take Tony Ayo's thing,
Cena was the
and
man. Like I
yeah,
grew up on
yeah.
Cena.
He was rapping, but he was already rapping, and that's fine too. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, well, you ain't about this." You see this kind of stuff. You see him make a lot of money. You even see like Braun Strowman. He had the shirts, "Get these hands," and make money off of that. You know. But then our truth is little Jimmy and stuff like that. And
Nah, but that's deep though. You see how? I mean, let's just be honest, bro. Like when it comes to this wrestling shit, like it's not like it's ours anyway. It's a white man's thing. You know what I mean? We just so happen to be like, you know, some of us got over and some of us didn't. Like Junkyard Dog was one like, very popular. Kamala was very popular.
man, that boy, they don't give Kamala his respect, bro. They need to get that man his respect, bro.
So we more of a like a dime a dozen type shit. Like you see us pop up getting over and sometimes you don't. But mostly you see nothing but white boys getting over because it's their shit.
Yeah.
You know
It's,
what it is.
says Black Dollar is one of the most powerful dollars there is. They have Jay Lethal there and they're treating him like a cool neighbor down the street. I love Lethal, and I ain't gonna lie, I kind of do like his stuff with Jeff Jarrett, but I don't know, man. I think the bet is on Ricky Stark. I think if anything, it gotta go to Ricky. To me, if nothing happens,
they'll give it to Ricky because he's more clean cut for sure.
But that's fine because to me, that's fine because some people are clean cut. You know, that goes into that barrier of, oh, he don't look black or he don't act black. And I'll be like, sometimes we be putting negative connotations on our own people. And that'd be so irritating to me with that. Oh, you talk proper and stuff like that. I'm like, you know, people are different. People come from different upbringings and things like that, you know. I like you said, I agree with Stark over Swerve though for sure, 100%. I think should be Stark. Stark gets a crowd reaction. People like him. Great wrestler. People, you know, if people see him down the street, if they know AEW, they'd want a picture with him. Not saying they wouldn't want one from Swerve, but I think Starks is one of those ones. And for real, Starks is one of the realest ones to me because he did an interview and he kind of like debunked the whole thing of the pillars of AEW. Because remember, there's something about pillars, right? He kind of debunked it all, saying like only one of them is like a great wrestler. The other people need work, and he just hates that people try to put them up something that they're not ready for. And I'm like, this is some real stuff.
They be coming through, they be saying stuff that only like the marks know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, all right. Because, like I mean, like who knows these things? Like you got, like we know because we in the business.
Yeah.
But like, yo, like Stephanie or Brian wouldn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, just go up to somebody and say, "Who's the pillars of,
like, what the fuck
AEW?" Like, what's a pillar? A caterpillar? Like a caterpillar? Like what is this?
I worked so hard, and they keep taking everything away from me. Like, bro, I just saw you yesterday. I don't know how long you've been working, bro. What the hell are you talking about?
We was here since day one. I'm like, well, they must be paying you good if you ain't leaving yet.
The show I saw last week was like that was my day one. What the
fuck? But no, I don't know, bro. Like, I just look at the product because I am a fan of wrestling. Like, despite me doing all of this stuff and us doing it, like at the end of the day, we still fans for the most part. And I do understand like some of the older heads not even caring about like the current product. Some do, some don't because it's just different and times do change. And I do look at a lot of stuff and I look at highlights and I look at clips and I just be like, man, this person has potential. This has potential. This has potential. But then it's just like, man, you got to get your head out your own butt. And it's like, even on the independent scene, I look at a lot of my homies wrestling. So I just saw Jordan, JPH go against James Creed. That was a good match. Like, that's why I'd be like, man, there is hope and there is shines, glimmers of hope. Because some of these people on the independent, some of them are working on psychology and trying to stand out. Some don't care. Like, they care about being viral, but they want to be viral on their own merit, not off of what everybody else doing. You know what I'm saying? So, I still have hope for it. Especially because what we do at C3, we have hope for that. Now I know we all gonna succeed, and it's all one big family and things like that from start to finish. So,
I'll hope this, to be able to see all that shit succeed, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when we get there, like, I know for a fact, it's controversial, it's outspoken as we may be, or whatever. Like, when that bell rings, bro, like, yo, it's always go time. You may not have done everything the right way, but yeah, it's time to go. We ready to go.
But you see how real you are, though. Like, even from the beginning of this podcast, you were saying you was doing stuff that you wasn't supposed to do. You was messing up. You was acting. You was treating people a different way, and then it was just like you still found room to improve, and you still found room to change and things like that. And then you also trying to help the people that's coming after us, the youngins and stuff like that, so they can learn and things like that. Like that alone, that's priceless to try to give to people and try to make sure they steer the right way and they don't do dumb stuff, because we've all done dumb stuff. I've done dumb stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'll take this move and don't know how to take it. Stupid stuff, So, and that's like the biggest thing about wrestling is to always, like, to me, give back. If you love something so much, you give back to it. You get what I'm saying? And I think you do a great job with it. I talked to Joe. Joe be on it on Facebook when he talking about wrestling and stuff like that. Like, he don't hold no punches when it comes to stuff, but
probably out of control.
Hey, man. I mean, outside of the wrestling stuff, yeah, but when it comes to wrestling, he don't hold nothing back. Everything else, I be like, come on, man. I know you ain't post that, bro. Why you post this shit?
That'd be wilding, bro. I'm like nowadays, because I try to spend as much time off of social media. I'm not gonna lie to you, like I'll post and go, but for my mental health, bro, I gotta stay up out of there sometimes. Like, I
understand. Yeah,
I'll post my shit and then I'll go back to doing what I'm doing. Personally, at this point, I'm just trying to stay in touch with reality as possible. You know what I mean? Be in touch with the real world and what's really going on out here instead of what's happening on social media.
I definitely understand it. I keep telling myself that, like, after a show, I'm gonna just take a break, but then I just wind up just going back on it. And my thing is, I could tell the difference, and you can too, because social media will make you feel in a certain way. Especially if somebody say something dumb or something crazy, and sometimes you feel like you gotta respond to them, like you just got to. And sometimes you just gotta let that stuff go. You
got to, because I mean, and you're never gonna really see these people in real life for real.
For sure.
They just say they're not even gonna say this shit to you in real life. So why even bother?
Yeah, it's none of this stuff is. Social media is not really real life when you think about it. It's not reality, and it's a bubble like independent wrestling is. It's this. You can make money off of it. You can be successful. You can also be a failure. You can also mess up your mental health. You
Oh
can
yeah.
also lash out on the wrong people.
Yep.
It's like what you consume is up to you, what you look at and stuff like that. I know a lot of my friends and family, they stopped being on social media like that because it's just not worth it. And I remember when I was little, if me and my brothers and stuff, we was looking at TV for too long or playing a game, mom's grandma be like, go outside. And that's what I recommend a lot of people to do. Is
Just go outside, man.
just go
Go
outside. Just go.
outside there. And that's the realest thing I probably could say. Well, just being with my wife and whatnot. I'll just be like, being present is so important. You know what I'm saying? Just being like here.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like in the moment and not worrying about whatever it is that you're going through, bro. Like, it'll pass. But like be present, bro. Like because we don't have no type of control over nothing, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, for real.
Preaching, brother.
So like being in the now, man. Like I always tell my wife, like, yo, as long as I can just stay present and stay true, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the only thing that I'm trying to like just be on earth. You know what I mean? Like everything else is just like, yo, like it's just noise.
Yeah, majority of it is temporary. So it's like,
And it's all temporary, like and like I said, I almost died. So I guess when you looking at in that lens, you appreciate shit more. You start to just be like, dang, like all right, okay. And then it's the way like things happen too. Like it could have been all bad in the ring for me. In the ring, like I'm doing what I love to do. Like that would have been crazy if you go out like that. Like,
yeah.
damn,
Nah, no,
he really went out doing what he loved to do. Like that shit heavy. But I don't want to go out like that because then it's gonna be like I'm leaving behind people that really love me. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I'm at peace, but like the people that I left behind though, they gonna be ones like, damn, like it's crazy. So yeah, I just start looking at shit different.
No, but just some real talk. And I'm gonna say this real quick because my oldest son, he be saying some deep stuff, man. And I told him, like, I don't like thinking about who gonna pass first between me and my wife. But I was like, I'd rather go first because I don't, I feel like I'm gonna just be so sad missing my lady or whatever. And,
Bro,
and yeah, but listen to what he said. He said, dang, so you'd want to go so she'd be sad that you left. And I was like, damn, that
yeah,
makes a lot of you get what I'm saying? Like the
right,
way he broke it down was like
right.
because you would want rather have her suffer, basically. I'm like,
But
bro, what you
that's
but
that selfishness. Yeah,
and that's true though. And it's like people be like, you wanna leave Earth before that, but true at the same time, it's like I don't want my wife to suffer neither.
exactly. And
And
it's crazy.
yeah, and she's been taking a lot of pictures. We've been doing like a lot of pictures with family and stuff. For me, I'm not big on pictures and things like that. But then it starts to make sense because we don't know when we gonna leave, bro. Like we don't know when, we don't know how. Like you said, you almost left in the ring. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you gotta cherish each moment. A lot of us we get mad when somebody leaves or passes and things like that. But it's like we need to cherish them while they here. We
Absolutely.
need to cherish our family as they cherish us here, like literally going outside. Like I went on a cruise this year, bro. I don't care for cruises and stuff like that, but my wife wanted to go and I kind of wanted to go. And it was like one of the best things that we could do because we literally went outside.
That's good.
And outside, like literally you have to just cherish this stuff. God made it for a reason. He
Yeah,
made
for
it.
real. And like real shit though, because I said the same thing to my wife. Same thing, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I would much rather go because my mental health can't handle you. It can't handle you not being here. You know what I mean? Like I would literally lose my mind if my wife is not around. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
just like
bro.
with you not being here,
Bro.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, it's like,
But then
man,
but then I say this shit like, you know what? Hope I pray we can just go together. You know what I'm saying?
Low key, very old, go together.
Yeah, let's just go together. Because
Yeah,
if you gone, I'm fucked up, and I know if I'm gone, you messed
yeah.
up too.
It was like the lady that I prayed for and did all this stuff with, lived life with, you
I can't
know,
imagine.
do all that. You know what I'm saying? And some people go through it. So I just try to be like, have sympathy and empathy because we all have lost loved ones and things like that. And it's just like, you look at that and you see stuff happening. And it's just like us not knowing when it'll happen. You know,
Yeah,
we can't harp or fret on that. We have to live our life now. You know, what's the saying? Live your life like it's your birthday. You know, you gotta live your life like it's your last. So, like, how would you treat everybody if you knew when your last day on Earth would be?
that's real shit.
You'd be telling people how much you love them, how much you care for them, how much they're important to you, and you believe in them and you pray for them and things like that. And that's how we supposed to live now because we don't know when.
Mm-hmm.
So,
We
man,
don't, bro.
yeah. So
And,
I don't know, man. That's funny. My 15-year-old, he's very intelligent. And when he just said that, I couldn't, you know how the parents be trying to say something back so quick?
mm-hmm.
I had to sit down, man. I was like,
If he hit you with something like, damn, that was some deep ass shit. Nah, yeah.
he said, so
The
you
kid.
would rather leave to have her suffer. I was like, bro, that was not in the script today.
Shut him down. Shut him
Yeah,
down.
I was on hush mouth. I couldn't. But man, 2 hours. So look, I'm gonna say this. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that you continue to do. You're one of the realest ones in this game, bro. And we know that when you are real, people don't like that. They want you to dilute the truth. You hear what I'm saying? So it won't be as strong as it's supposed to be. So you don't even be, to me, you don't really have controversial takes. It's just people don't like the real. And of course they'll say that's controversial. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you'll talk about how matches look like DBZ fights, and you'll talk about these kind of things. You'll look at a match that everybody like and break it down. Like I could do that to you or Joe. I'll send something to Joe, or Joe will send something to me. And it's a couple of other guys too that I can send stuff to, or they'll send me stuff and say, "What you think about this?" And we'll just like discern the real, you know, what could have been done and stuff like that. It's not from hate. It's all from love because we all came from somewhere and we love it so much that we want it to succeed. We want it to make us money and other people money and things like that. But if you keep cutting corners, it's not going to ever make money. So it's not going to ever make money. You are just going to be looking at WWE and AEW making all this money and you praying that their dollars trickle to us. And it may not happen. We need to make our own stuff in our own establishments. So
you're absolutely right. And until I feel like the wrestlers understand that too, we're gonna be having these discussions for a very long time.
Yeah, no, and for real. And I think we need these conversations. Now, some people will be like, we need to work together as companies and stuff. I agree or disagree with that. I think that's enough money for us as individual companies. Because if you come together, somebody got to be the boss. Somebody got to book. Somebody got to do that. I'm like, nah, we can keep stuff separate. So territories was a territories for a reason at one point. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
People, and there's money here, and I know it. I know it. I've seen some of it. I'm not gonna sit here and say I've seen all of it. And we trying to work on it to, you know, especially next year. We got a lot of big things that we trying to do. So it's definitely there.
And and the talent, like you said, the talent is there too. Like there's still guys that want to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's just they're so few and far in between now. It's just
Like you low key gotta ask them a question to see if they a worker or a wrestler, because there's definitely a difference between the two.
Yeah, you gotta ask. You have to ask. If you don't ask, bro, then I don't know what to tell you.
Like, how you feel about this, and then see what the answer is, and then you be like, okay, cool, I can talk to you about a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you got the mind for it.
Because as soon as he or she come at you talking about so yeah, we're wrestling today. I want to do this. They don't even have a finish before anything. they just talking about what move they want to hit first. You know, you gonna have a long night.
I've been looking at this on YouTube, right? And usually you're supposed to bump this way, but I want you to bump the unsafe way to make it look more devastating.
That's crazy.
Man, look, I just be like, they don't talk to me like that because, a lot of people, and it's not a brag, but a lot of people know that I care about this business. So it's just like, we can be safe and we can also have fun, It's not, you can be safe and boring, but you can be safe and have fun at the same time. We just not gonna do nothing crazy, and we're not gonna disrespect the fans with lack of psychology. We're just not going to.
Yeah, that's basically what it boils down to. We don't want to shit on our business because you shitting on if you insulting the fans, then you're literally shitting on the business because they're the one that got to pay for the next show.
Yeah,
they ain't gonna come.
So yeah, man, like we talk about this. This is the third time we done talked about it. It's just like,
and shit still ain't changed for real. So
people be like, it'll change when things get taken away. If 100 companies, 100 independent companies, and 95 of them shut down, and you only got 5 left, it'll change then. Because
you should make that a post.
Yeah, I should.
You should make that a post.
I should, yeah. Yeah, I think, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm gonna be at work looking at it. I see that. I can see the comments now, bro. I could definitely see the stuff now because some will disagree and say that wrestling as a whole is booming because of independence. You have some companies, and I'll be honest, you have some companies that sell out crowds. People share their stuff. Not all, not even the majority, but some do. But it's not all. Then it's like we can't put up that facade that everybody eating. Some people starving, bro. Like you can literally hear their stomachs.
And they're starving for a lot of things. They're starving for knowledge, starving for some bread. They starve for all kinds of stuff, man. Hopefully it'll get better.
I mean, hey, man, you can't really get full off of cereal and milk like that. So gotta get a hearty meal in there, and must gotta and stuff. I hope it changed for the better, and if not, C3 is that change. So that's how I feel about it. Like I was blessed to have like income, me and my wife, to do something that we want to do. Oh, okay, well, if this ain't working or we don't like how certain companies doing it, we can do our own. And working for other companies that have the same mindset as keep this stuff fun and safe and have psychology, and we can BS around too. That's fine to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, not everything is just always serious. That's the part of being a worker, difference between a worker and a wrestler. You have a lot more wrestlers than workers because mugs just don't know. Mugs thinks it's the same, and it's definitely not.
I'm knowing.
Yeah, it's definitely
thing, and I'd be like, all right, whatever. But because and I'm not even like, do people be sending you matches and stuff and be like, hey, what do you think?
Like if it's something that they didn't like, they would send me something and say, or they'll send me a topic, but not matches. But like one of my homies, he sent me something because the match didn't go as great as it could have been, but he said that it would have been better if it had his pizzazz on it. But yeah.
Okay. And like people will send me their matches and stuff, and they'll be like, so what you think? Like, and I don't be knowing what to tell them sometimes, because I'll be like, bro, like you doing the same thing everybody else do. Like if I've seen this match, I've seen all of them, and it's not a diss. It's just that, bro, like I don't be knowing what to say because I've said you doing everything that everybody else is doing before to like a lot of people, and they don't be knowing. Then I'll break it down. I'll be like, yo, like it's like looking at AEW in the indies type stuff, because everybody does when they about to hit the rope, they do this. They point. And
Yeah.
then after they done pointing, they'll hit the ropes, or it's just everything is indie. Like the way that you, the way that they hit each other.
You're right, bro. You're
Like you
right.
know how like the work is indie. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
indie.
And
It's
I'm
indie.
like, it don't look like you wrestling. It look like you trying to remember shit. It like you
No,
trying to.
you're right. You're right. The corner spot, you give them a splash, then they got a utility roll to go right back to the opposite corner instead of just going to the corner, running and running back. No, I got to roll after the splash. Yeah, no, you're right. It's the same thing. Like I will say there is one guy. He asked me to like look at some of his stuff, and I did. And my thing is this: I didn't hold back, and I'm not sitting here saying I'm above anybody, but he asked me, and I respected him. So I told him what he just needed to work on. It was basically like something small, like working the crowd. I'd be like, man, if the crowd is not into it, they don't care. It don't matter how many moves you do. If you don't work the crowd, they're not going to remember. They won't care. They'll be in their phone.
They don't care, and everybody like that. But we gonna start. We gonna go on another 30-minute rant. If we don't,
Man, bro, look, man, I was trying to, man, feel like a pastor in church. Be like, I'm about to close. But then,
right. Oh yeah, fact. Them
I'm
black
about to
churches,
close. I'm about to close.
I'm about to close now. Hold on, before
Well,
you go.
here go this text.
Oh,
There go
Lord.
more to
Oh, Lord. That's another 30 minutes.
Man, but nah, but nah, bro, I appreciate you. It's definitely gonna be a part 4. I can't wait to see you guys October 14th.
Yeah,
This match, this match is gonna be crazy. Like the whole card is gonna be crazy. But this match, like I have been waiting for this for the longest.
no pressure. Yeah, that's cool.
So no pressure at all, bro.
No
no, zero pressure.
pressure
Zero
at all.
pressure. So man, I can't wait, bro. We could have sold the show out with just that, like just just that match. You know what I'm saying?
Man, now that makes me feel good. But at the same time, let's hope so. One of these days, I'll say this: the goal, you know what I'm saying, is obviously to connect with people. But if we can connect on a deeper level with people, where they keep asking for us, you know what I'm saying, and we're literally bringing in good business for you, bro, then that's an honor. You know what I mean? So
I'm
that's
glad y'all with me, man. I'm glad. Like the people who I book and stuff like that is the people that I had my wrestling journey with, or I've seen at other companies, or I've heard great things about them and stuff like that. So people been in the business longer than me, as long as me, or just starting. And my thing is just trying to put that stuff together and things like that to show like what true wrestling is all about. So my thing is I post a lot of stuff about wrestling and things I like, things I don't like. We've talked to each other about certain things. I've talked to other wrestlers about it. And it's like, I can't just have a company just for the sake of having one. I got to show you it's 100% real. I got to show you that these guys that I book, they have a passion for wrestling, for psychology. These are workers, not wrestlers. You know what I'm saying? And if there's some things I got to work on or work with the wrestlers, we talk to each other. It's not no, hey, just go out there and do whatever. Nah, man. We got some stuff we got to do.
Man, I love it, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so shout out to everybody that has commented. Shout out to the people. Huh?
I said, oh damn, I forgot people was even commenting. They probably was like, man, they can talk like a motherfucker.
Yeah, well no, Martel was the last one. I think Martel might be still in the chat somewhere. I had talked to him I want to say 2 months ago.
Okay.
And we was talking, and even like after we got off live, we talked for another hour. But one of these days, I'm gonna have some. I gotta have you. I gotta have Martel. I gotta have Atlas. I gotta have C-Red. I gotta have a few more people. We gotta get all together and like a whole super. It's gonna be a big thing, and I want us to just talk about the business and stuff like that. And it's to the point to where if we disagree with something, it's still love. Must be like ready for war. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, huh?
Because I mean, at the same time, this is really what it's wrestling, man. it's like barbershop talk. You know, it is what it is.
Low key, that should be the name of it. Barbershop talk.
Yeah, like
Low key.
barbershop talk, but with wrestling. You know, we talk about the same shit with rap, hip hop. I mean, with rap, basketball,
Basketball,
it's just fellas, it's just
boxing.
men talking. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Yeah.
And if you getting in your feelings, then I don't know what to tell you, man. It's not that serious.
Right. Yeah, it's one thing of being passionate, but you can be passionate and wrong at the same time. So
Yeah,
I be telling people that. I be telling people that. I'm like, hey man, cool. You want to fight, you want to do all this, but you wrong. But I once again I appreciate you for talking with me. Like I said, YouTube, Facebook, all the streaming services that'll be able to watch this. They can go to work, do whatever, work out, listen to this stuff, listen to this truth for professional wrestling, man. And once again, I appreciate you, bro. This is Chris Classic. This is Jon'tae Kieth. Let's take it home.
Man, this was